What's going on, everybody? We got an awesome panel here for you all night. Let's fucking go. And welcome to the number one show in the world for dating. Welcome to the Purpose Pod, episode 41. Please make sure to like the video on your way in, subscribe, and go follow our Clips channel that we got going right now, Purple Pod Clips. Follow us on our podcast Instagram as well. We're now live to Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube all at the same time right now. Go sign up for my new mentoring program as well that I got linked. For my personal coaching. Our new Patreon is also just made. If you want to see some girls getting kicked out, please go show some support on there. Hit the join button under the video if you want to become a YouTube member. That will give you some really cool emojis. And if you want any new shirts that we have on the merch store, check it out. We're now streaming to all audio platforms as well, guys. Make sure to add the Instagram right now, though, if you want to add any of these pretty ladies. I got them all tagged in the story as we speak. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming. Shout out to my producer tonight. We got Donnie in the house. And then we got a really special guest that loves coming back, Black Man Unfiltered. What's going on, bro? Why don't you introduce yourself?
What it is, Black Man Unfiltered from Black Man Unfiltered Network. Y'all go ahead and subscribe over to the channel. It's good to be here, man. I'm honeymoon happy and peacock proud to be in here with all these ladies tonight so we can have this conversation, man. So let's get it.
I got you a beautiful panel for this time, bro.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I walked in, I said, damn, it's a Revlon shoot.
We got a really good one for tonight. I'm excited. But yeah, to start off, ladies, how we always start is just asking your name, your age, your education level, what you do for work. We'll start on this side this time. Just give me your name, age, education level, what you do for work.
My name is Nay. I'm 24 years old. I work in the Crowley School Districts.
Crowley? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's out there.
Oh, you out there with me? You won't piss. Look at them nails. Shit, I'm scared of it.
And what's your education level?
Oh, I didn't finish college yet, but I'm still working towards my associates.
Okay, nice. And how old were you again?
24.
24. What about you? What's your name, age, education level?
I'm Deja, and I'm 24. I'm a musician, but I graduated high school. I went to PSC for 2 years, and so.
Okay.
What do you play?
What do you mean?
Musician.
Like singing and rapping and songwriting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
But I do know how to play the piano a little bit.
Okay.
I know the keys.
We'll get you to hit a note in a minute.
Yeah, we're going to have to put her under
on
pressure at some point.
Let's do a duet.
Can you? If we put you on the spot, can you do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to put her when she's not ready for it.
Absolutely. Don't forget.
Yeah. And thank you for coming back so much. We got two girls here that came from a previous episode. Go ahead and give your name, your age, education level, and what you do for work.
Okay, I'm Chrislyn. I'm 27.
Talk closer if you can.
About to be 27. I graduated high school, and I am a bartender.
Bartender.
Okay.
She belongs to the streets.
No.
We're going to learn a lot more about her tonight, guys. Maybe some of y'all will remember her story later. Go ahead for you. What's your name, age, education level, what you do for work?
Yeah, I'm Talia Michelle. I'm almost 24. I'm a bartender. Did about 3 years for nursing school. That's about it.
Okay. But I gotta ask if y'all don't mind. Do you want to tell where you bartend at? Is it somewhere that you're willing to let people know?
Oh yeah, I mean you could know where I bartend, but you won't be able to. It's like private events and.
Oh, y'all wish. What about you? I'm just wondering because sometimes there's guys in the chat that live locally and they'll come see y'all and tip y'all really good. So if you want to say it, do you want to say where you work at? No.
Yes, I mean y'all can come see me at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm there throughout the day. I sometimes still do events at Culture, so just come see me.
Okay, nice. Well, yeah, we already got your introduction. What's up? What's your name, your age, your education level? What do you do for work?
Okay, well, my name is Mackenzie. My stage name is Kenzie the Mac. I'm a music artist as well. I also rap and sing too. My genre though is alternative R&B. Artist a group, girl. Let's go. Yeah, but I do alternative R&B, and then for education level, I am still currently in college for psychology at Ashford University. And then what was the last one?
Work, job, age, name.
I am 25, and then for work. Well, I just quit that job because F them. But yeah, I was a bartender. I won't say the place since I said F them. But yeah, I was a bartender.
Looking for another bartending job, maybe?
Maybe.
Anybody hiring, hit her up.
Right. I'm coming.
All right. What about you? What's your name, age, education level, what do you do for work?
My name is Michelle. I'm 26. I'm a sales executive for AT&T, and I did some college.
Some college?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Name, age, education level?
Well, I'm Sydney. I go by Sydney Escada. I am 32 years old. I have.
Damn.
Had to hit her with it.
Go ahead. Don't look it. And I have some college as well. I have my associates in substance abuse counseling for adolescents.
That's really interesting.
But my hustle is creative directing and producing. So I'm the Jackie Brown of all trades.
Okay.
So wait a minute. We got two singers, producer. What the fuck?
Yeah.
We got the
It was
whole
match
American.
made in heaven.
and I'm a dancer.
We finna put on a show.
I bet they all about to be hanging out after this show. You know, they're gonna be making some shit. And it's, y'all better like make a song or something and name it like Purple Pill something.
Yeah.
Because,
I've worked with this young lady, this talented young
how
lady.
crazy! Oh yeah, I saw y'all kind of were
Yeah,
talking
dancer
before.
right here.
Wow.
So
Such a
y'all gonna
small
sing
world.
something? I'm just.
I'm not the singer. I'm the dancer.
We did a Mo3 video together.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Wow.
Shout out to Mo3. Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Dallas.
RP.
No, so since it is St. Patty's Day, guys, I did have some special questions that were a little bit, St. Patty's oriented. We gotta go with the, like the season.
Who else in the leprechaun say yeah?
So to start off, I want to know, when was the last time you got lucky?
Oh my God!
So what does lucky constitute? Does that mean like finding $1 on the
We're
ground?
gonna say like, when was the last time you had sex?
Yes.
Because some of the people here most of the people here are single, so we want to
Shaking
know like
sheets.
how long ago was the last time like y'all had sex?
Yeah, shaking sheets.
That was gonna be like yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
Okay, she being honest.
Period.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm gonna say a couple days ago.
A couple days ago.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna say a couple days ago.
A couple days ago? Damn.
Speak your mind.
Black man, you want
Shit,
to? You want?
I had this. When it was?
3 months ago. No.
Hell no. Hell no. The stroke doctor went to work day before yesterday.
The day before
Okay,
yesterday.
period.
Okay. What about you?
Damn. It's been since December 24th.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Okay.
I don't
Come on,
believe
She
it.
ain't even got no New Year's penis. She just
No.
went right
Okay.
into the. She done passed
No,
Valentine's.
Hey
I'm
guys,
super.
she must be completely different than last time. 'Cause I don't believe that. We'll see. What about you though?
Mine was yesterday.
She's in a relationship, guys. So don't let her like make it. No. What about you?
Mine was in January.
In January.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What about you?
Mine was this week.
This week?
Period.
Okay.
So I'm the only one
So-
left.
So like a couple people didn't have a good Valentine's Day. It sounds like.
Well,
It's just a couple of y'all though. I mean, that's okay. When was the last time you won at the casino?
Ooh.
We're gonna say just even one like on a slot machine or something.
I've never been to the casino.
What? Not even like the Oklahoma ones or
Oh,
anything.
hell
Been to
no.
the casino.
When we
Oh,
leave
you're
here, we
missing
going
out.
tonight.
I'm
Oklahoma.
Yeah, everybody,
We're going
let's go.
tonight.
We're all
Let's
meeting up
just-
there.
Let's meet up
Big
there.
stream meet up.
Yep.
What about you? When
Yeah,
was the last time you won?
I'm same. I've been to the casino, but I've never like played. to
Not
win,
even like the
lose,
slots, like
nothing.
1,000 or 2,000 in the slots.
No.
I've honestly never won either, so like I'm right there in the same
Yeah.
boat with y'all. I've gone a lot. What about you?
I'm the exact same.
We're all losers.
The exact same.
Jesus
I
Christ.
ain't had
What
a
about
chance to be a
you?
loser yet.
I've been to the casino twice. I've only won $12. I refuse to go back.
If this doesn't tell you how bad casinos are right here, bro. We're already like 4 or 5 people have failed at it. What about you, bro?
I'm embarrassed to say, but fuck it. So I went to the casino, won 10 grand, put it on the table, said
Oh.
double or fucking nothing,
No.
and lost all that shit in 30 seconds.
I would have cried so bad, bro.
When was that? When was it?
This was 6 months ago.
Oh,
I bet
no.
you ain't been back in
You
6
got
months.
PTSD, don't you?
Oh, no, I don't have PTSD. When I put that motherfucker on the table, I said, fuck it, double or nothing. I came in this motherfucker with it, I ain't gonna leave with it. They said,
You shouldn't have put that in the atmosphere.
oh, loser. I said, motherfucker. I just walked off.
I swear there's like a little weighted
Oh, my
thing in there,
God.
bro. It's all rigged. So like
Yeah.
if you put all that money up and then like and they like put the thing on there, it's like they're like, oh, we put it on red, we're putting it on, we're gonna make sure this bitch land. Flip the little black switch, and they flip the little black switch, and it lands on black, and you lose your money, and they came up 10 grand.
Yeah, you gotta take,
Like,
you gotta take
I,
risk.
I know that's what they
Scam.
do.
You gotta
I
take
know
risk.
that's what they
Your
do.
first mistake was the
What about you? Have you ever won? Yeah, for real.
I was just at the casino 2 or 3 weeks ago.
What you win?
I went to I went to Woodstock. I won $9,000.
Shit, where it's at?
Yeah, I took a picture of one of the machines.
Put your hands
I
up.
got 40 money bag. Oh, I shouldn't have said
Yeah, you need to know what
money
machine it
bags,
was. I didn't know what
yeah,
machine
y'all
it
can
was.
know that one because it's money bags be fucking with you. So, it was on money bags. I got 4,000 the first time, and then I got 4,100 the second time, and then I went to one of the like little $2 machines, like Lucky Ducky or something. And I got like another little 200.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
She's the one lucky person on the
Yeah, I
table.
just feel like now I need to go with you. 'Cause
Right,
No,
guys,
for
we're,
real, y'all might
we're all
teach
going.
me
We're all
something.
taking a trip with
Okay,
her.
Hell yeah.
I can't put my dollar in.
Right.
What about-
Oh no, it was on a one time. Like I hit the button one time after I put it in, and it spun up to 4,100, blacked out for sure. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I'm gonna go ahead and send my funds with you.
All
Yeah.
right.
Here, what about you? Have you won at the casino?
So I've only been to the one in Louisiana, Haraz, and I only go there for the drinks, the free drinks. But I played one time and I got like $5.
Okay.
Oh, you in Shreveport?
Yeah.
No, like downtown Louisiana, like New Orleans.
Oh, you in New Orleans? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you call a casino?
That's my home state right there.
It's Haraz, isn't it? Or
Harris.
Harris.
Oh,
Right.
Harris. My bad.
Hey, when you read stuff all the time, it's hard to know how to pronounce it.
Hey, but don't worry about it. She ain't got to pronounce it no more. Caesar's bought it out, so it's Caesar's now.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What about you? When was the last time you went to the casino?
Ladies and gentlemen, the face of a woman who hasn't been to the casino in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like. That was a long time ago. I won $75 on my first scratch off.
Okay.
And that was like
I guess that counts.
that was like maybe 3 or 4 months ago that I did my first scratch off. I don't gamble, and I feel like it gives me anxiety to go in there and do all that, you know.
Hey, that's the best habit you can have is not gambling.
And sometimes my math is not mathing. So if I can't get the statistical, like I can't go in there like how like sometimes men can
No, the
go in
odds.
there and figure it out. I don't want to do it.
Oh yeah, there's so many tricks to like those scratch offs. Like you can go online and see exactly how many of them are left that haven't won yet and stuff like that. And see what stores have them,
That's
and
what
like
I'm saying.
you can
That's
do
what
all
I'm
types of
talking
shit.
about.
If you're going to do the scratch offs, you better do it intelligently. If you're, I mean, actually, don't take that. Just don't do scratch offs at all, guys. Please, just don't even take that advice. I don't know why I just said it on the internet. But yeah, I want to know: would you have sex with a midget? We'll start with you this time. Yeah, I'm just saying, dude. Shit. If it happened, if it came up, just to be able to say it's like a bucket list. You know what I'm saying?
You can pick that nigga up and you can pick that nigga up like this here and just lay him down.
And that's exactly all I would be able to do.
Yeah, pick him up. Book bag his ass.
You know.
Yeah, you're pretty tall. How tall are you? Just so everybody knows.
Say, besides everyone else, I'm 5'10" without heels, 5'10" like a half without heels. So when I put heels on, and I don't wear kitten heels. My feet are long, so when I wear kitten heels, it's not like cute like everybody else's. So it's like real long, like boats and stuff, like La Cienega.
Yeah,
you know, Boulevard is. So yeah, no, I don't. I'm thinking this is crazy too because I be watching like Little Women of Atlanta, you know, like that, and I would just be thinking, you know, they be with regular, you know, average sized men and things like that, and I was like, how does that work? And then my mind wandered there. It did. It wandered there, and I was like, "How would that work?
Mm-hmm.
Would I straddle? Would he straddle me?
Probably
Is it
the
short
latter.
strokes?
Prone bone would be the easiest.
I know a midget called Curve Dick Roosevelt.
Would I hurt him?
I would think so, right?
I'm like so long.
If
My
you get on
legs,
top,
my
I feel
legs
like,
are like
yeah.
4 of him.
There's definitely certain positions that you would
I
have
don't
to
think
do.
it. I don't think it
Accidentally
equates. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's proportional. Myself.
So you wouldn't do it. You don't think
I don't know.
for the bucket list.
I don't know.
I
No,
don't
me and
think
him
that's
gotta have a
one longer.
connection. We're gonna put it with that. If we got a connection, we'll figure it out after that. No, I don't know.
She's talking about that's a turn.
I don't know. I haven't seen a real fine midget though either. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like a
that's
real
another
fine, like,
thing.
you know what I'm saying, like
I would have
a
to see
Tyler
one of them
Lepley.
attracted.
You know what I'm saying, like a Tyler
Yeah.
Lepley midget. Have y'all ever seen that? Because if you did, we might be having some different answers.
Right.
Hey, I've seen some crazy people like that are influencers that are midgets that you'd be surprised. What about you? Would you have sex with a midget?
I'd say. I mean, I'm short, so you know it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be that bad.
It wouldn't be a big
So,
difference.
Yeah, and we're not
I'd say
saying a
yeah.
dwarf. We're saying a straight midget, like Austin Powers
3
movie.
feet.
Like like 3 foot, like the little tiny ones,
I
like
think
little
he was
babies.
smaller
Like
than a midget.
circus.
Yeah. What about you?
Hell no.
No?
I I sit her on that motherfucker, go check the refrigerator, get some beer. Just hold on, girl.
Yeah, I think it would be very interesting.
What
honestly.
about you? What about you?
I mean,
That's
it's a
crazy.
bucket list thing. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like if the opportunity came, like,
Bring your little ass here.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
think
like
that was on none of our bucket lists.
It's not.
I think it might be a guy thing. It might be a guy bucket list.
Yeah, because I literally said that the first time. I was like, that is not a bucket list.
Yeah, I was about to say that is
I
a guy.
I seen a fine ass midget, bro.
guy
did.
thing.
Yeah.
What about you?
And I seen a fine ass midget.
I'm not doing it.
I don't think
You would do it?
I'm not doing it.
They don't go the other
Not
way.
even for the bucket list? No?
No.
Damn,
All right, guys.
all four of them said no at the same
No,
time.
like
Sergio.
Hey, this
Men
is what
can
we teach on the
stroke
show.
anything.
I
This
don't
is what we
find
teach all the
little
time, right?
bodies attractive. That's not attractive to me. Like
Yeah.
Exactly, and men can stroke
it ain't hair
anything.
so big.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what does it for me. That's what does it for
Oh.
me. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Donnie, isn't this what we talk about all the time? Women cannot be with a guy that's shorter than them.
No.
You already
Yeah.
knew
That's
You
not
already
true.
knew this.
That's not
true.
That's
You
not
already
true.
knew this.
It's
That's
true
not
for
true.
me.
I'm with a man that's shorter than me, so
It's
that's
true for me.
Ooh, see?
I'm
It's
short.
the exception
You
to the
can't
rule.
be
You're talking
shorter
about
than
bucket
me.
list and then being with somebody. That's
But
two
short
different
people
things.
versus midgets, like that's
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Sergio.
not even close. Yeah, what's up,
Sergio,
Donnie?
You think
cut 'em in half.
you think
He cut the
little
big in half
women
sometimes.
like midgets? Do you think they still be searching out for taller dudes? Do you think that's like one of their requirements?
Oh.
Because that'll be kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it would be fucked up. Yeah, completely. Like, they don't. I think that they should take anything that they can get. Probably.
What? No.
Don't do them
I
like
don't
that,
think
but
they
there's
should
some midget
take
bad
anything.
bitches too. And
Well,
there's some
well,
midgets-
I
there's
mean,
some
think about it. Like, the only thing above
can make
her is
midgets
other midgets. That's what I'm saying.
happy
Like, she
thing-
can make other
babies
midget babies.
together.
Yeah. It's like that show. I never watched it, but was it like Big People or Little
Oh
People
yeah,
Big World?
little people.
I didn't-
Everybody got to
watch
do
this.
nothing. They could be. They choose who they want to be with, and the people choose them as well. People normal. I won't even say normal.
Yeah.
but
There's
average
people.
people choose them as well.
He can literally
Yeah.
stand up
So-
and eat your pussy.
They be.
He's
He got a
thinking the
point.
right
I
things, man. He's
mean,
thinking
yeah.
the right things that y'all think.
Y'all
Yeah, we got
level-
green flag law.
Right. Green
Level
flag, green
unlocked.
flag, green
Level
flag.
unlocked.
Wave them motherfuckers. Y'all know what's up. Look at them. Everybody here like that tongue. Goddamn, they changed their mind.
Ooh,
All right,
I
here.
just thought
Now-
about some shit.
Here.
I'm cracking up.
Also, so are y'all wearing green right now? We'll start with you. Are you wearing green?
I am.
Oh, she got the green
Oh my
boots
god.
on.
She got them
You got green on?
I've not.
She doesn't have green on. You got green on?
In my jewelry.
In your jewelry, I guess that counts. You got green on?
Only in the bank tonight. I don't
Yeah.
have anything.
Yeah, just in my pocket.
Only
You
in
got
my
green?
pocket, doc.
Yeah, I got green nails, green jacket, green shoes.
I guess that counts. Yeah, that's green. Wow,
That's
2
right.
people,
No, I don't have green on.
3 people.
Draws,
No.
bra, nothing.
Wow,
I know about it.
I
But
don't
that's
celebrate
crazy.
shit.
There's a bunch of people breaking holiday rules already. I mean,
I don't
I'm not gonna
think
pinch
about
nobody
green
because that's
stuff.
SA now, so I'm not gonna pinch
Yeah,
nobody.
Don't pinch
But
nobody.
yeah,
It's going
next
straight
thing
to
you
the-
know, we're fucking.
Yeah. The
We're
only
going to
thing you're gonna
jail,
hear is
bro.
watch your head, sir. That's
know,
it.
man.
Put your ass right in the backseat of that fucking car.
All right, well, ladies, now we're gonna kind of do something that we've never done before. We got the red and the green flags out. So what that means is we're gonna bring up certain questions and certain things, and when everybody answers them, if you think that what that girl said was a green flag, you can raise a green flag. If you think it was a red flag, you can raise a red flag. If something I say bothers you and you're like, that's a fucking red flag, you can raise it. But yeah, so let's just go around. Don't interrupt each other. Just raise the flag. I want to know 5 things you want in your man. We'll start with you.
5 things I want my man is number 1, respect. And I can say the second one.
We'll just say 3 things. It's really hard to name off 5 now that I think about it. Actually, let's just do 1 because it's
just
actually
in him,
really
like
hard.
far as character, or you telling me like what I want in
What you want. It's all specifically about what you want. Your
Okay,
preference.
Okay, so I want 2.
Two. Yes, I two.
Okay, we'll let y'all
So
do 2.
respect
One
and
is hard.
stability.
Respect and stability. Okay, yeah.
Those are good.
That's actually really hard to get stability today because it's so hard to make money. What about you?
I say respect and honesty.
Respect and honesty.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What do you think?
I would say
Talk closer. To you.
respect and patience.
Patience. It really-
Patience.
Oh, we definitely
is-
do need the patience. Wow.
Yeah, to deal with me, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like how 3 of
shit.
y'all already said
Started
respect,
already.
though.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I would say consistency and respect.
Consistency. Oh, everybody's on the respect game today.
Now,
What
switch
you-
that shit. Let's switch it up. Listen, man. So she said, I'm trying to get it together here. I think that a woman that makes a man think, or brings value to a man's mind. Ass and titties is one thing. You always have that. That shit's gonna drop like 3rd grade math. But if you can get in a man's mind, you have him forever. He'll run through a damn wall for you. A lot of women, y'all got so much power, but y'all don't fucking use it. It's just we'll talk about it later. Go ahead, Sugarfoot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. What's something that you want in your man?
process. Okay, so I would guess mentally stimulating and consistent.
Mentally stimulating,
So she
consistent.
want a sapiosexual.
Right? Yeah, no, that's what they all
that's
say.
what they
That's
do.
what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's important.
What about you?
So I'm not into men, but in a woman, I would say, I would say stability and being intellectual, smart.
Okay. What about you?
So I can say like a lot of things. Obviously, respect from everybody. We want to be respected. Don't disrespect me, because you want that in return.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say loyalty. Most definitely be loyal to me. I'll be loyal to you. Kindness is to be kind. Communicative, just to be able to talk to me, to be able to express yourself.
What
and-
two though?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that was a little bit more too.
But yeah, no, but look, he asked for 5.
Originally, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we reduced it. Since I'm last.
Okay.
Every time you come to the mic, I want to do this. It's not like you're doing poetry. Like your voice
Yeah,
is like
you do have a smooth
you got like
voice.
you got a smooth voice.
No wonder she's in music, you know. So I noticed something though. A lot of y'all said like respect. You know, like y'all really need like the respect. And I'm not saying that women shouldn't be respected, but I do want to say one thing: the man needs to be way, way more respected. And the reason why is because in Ephesians, the Bible talks about this. The church, it's the same with kids too. Like the kids are supposed to respect the parents, and the parents will love the kids. Like your wife is supposed to respect the husband, and the husband's going to love the wife. Like there's certain dynamics in relationships, and they use this example in the Bible. I don't want to use this example, but they even use it for slaves. Like the slave is supposed to respect his master, in return the master will love the slave. But they also use that same analogy for the church. If you love the church, or if you respect the church will love the people. But yeah, that's one of my favorite books of the Bible, is because they talk a lot about respect and love. And when you really get deep into learning about respect and love, respect is love to a man. We that's how we know how much a woman loves us, is how much she respects us. Like that's everything to us. Like it's not because women don't love unconditionally. I don't know if y'all know that, but I'll explain that. If y'all disagree with that, I'll explain in a second. But
yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, women only love a man for what he can provide. I heard the bishop, the preacher Chris Rock, say that you love dogs unconditionally, you love your children unconditionally, women are loved unconditionally, but men are only loved under the condition that they can provide something. And so yeah, I agree with that. I know some of the ladies probably disagree with that at the table. I feel the heat on my shoulders. But yeah,
I don't necessarily disagree, because I feel like we have been conditioned that a man is supposed to, or that even to condition, but we have learned that a man is supposed to head the household. Mm-hmm. He is supposed to run everything. He's supposed to provide. So in turn, for him to go out and do these things, but in turn, later on in the conversation, does a man really know what that means to head a household, to really provide, to really be loyal, and then in turn get that nurturing from a woman that he's looking for, that fuels him to provide for the family. So I understand when you mean more respect than what he gives to me. I wouldn't say it like that, but I know what it means, because you are the main person. You're the first, you're the head. Yeah. So you need the most stability. You need the most nurturing and the most care, so you can go out there and put us on your back or carry us and protect us. But that's only when
he's in he's doing it right.
Doing it right.
But I don't necessarily agree that you have to, like, respect and love isn't the same thing, because you can love somebody and not respect them. I think that's the problem in a lot of relationships, is that these men are telling women, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. And the woman's like, well, if you love me, you wouldn't sleep with this person. You wouldn't like these pictures. You wouldn't do this. You wouldn't do that. Because to us, that's disrespect. Right. So I don't think that love and respect necessarily come hand in hand.
Well, see, we also have to keep in mind, ladies, there's some men who are out here liking other pictures. See, let me tell you what happens. When you get in a relationship with a woman and you just love on her, and y'all good, when y'all get together, y'all fucking like rabbits, and then a year in, y'all still good, then all of a sudden, this relationship gets serious. Then after the relationship gets serious, then everybody start, okay, now sex every day to 2 days. Now we're down to 1 day. Then the guy's like, hey, baby, I need more from you. Then you're not giving him what he needs. He's asking for a lot. I've seen it. I've seen women tell their husband, oh, You can go by yourself. You can go to the concert by yourself. You can go to the game by yourself. I don't feel like it. My head hurt. And then he goes to work, and Amber's at the copy machine saying, "Hi, handsome. How are you this morning?" And all it starts as a conversation. Next thing you know, it's coffee. Next thing you know, she tooted up. And then it's a problem. So I think that everybody, if you go to counseling or go to any therapist, they will tell you the first issue in a relationship that breaks or any type of cheating happens, both people play a part. And a lot of women quit on their men, and a lot of men hold on to it for a while. But I'm telling you, pressure busts pipes. If a man, let me tell you something, let me play a game with you. Go ahead and find a man that you feel is being deprived from his woman and walk up to him and grab his hand and just hug him. I guarantee you 98% of them will collapse in your arm a little bit before they get their minds back and say, "Oh shit, this ain't my woman." There's a lot of men being deprived, and men don't talk. Men have expectations. I expect you to be loving, and then if you're not, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna fire you, but let you keep working.
But see, that's the thing. If you don't mind me saying, that's what we were talking about outside before this was being communicating and talking to your woman about your expectations, about what you want from her, and her what she wants from you. And if that is open and on the table, everybody can say, "I'm not fucking with that. I can walk away." Or they can say, "You know what? These are the things I know I need to do, possibly." And then y'all can even have open dialogue about that and talk about it. But if a man is not going to come forward and say how he feels, or at least try, then we're kind of like in that gray area where all of the other stuff slide in between there.
See, these are just moments where I go viral on this show. Because a few months ago, I said something on this show that got millions of views. And I'm going to say it again tonight.
Go ahead.
A man's vulnerability. When a man gets with you, he will give you that for free. Now, it's very hard for a man to give you that. But he will eventually give you that. And when he gives you that, let me tell you the mistake that women make. You take it for granted. So, say for instance, me and you are together.
Okay.
And I say, you know what? When I was growing up, my mama wasn't shit. She treated me like shit. She talked to me like shit. And I just need to be with a woman that does not do that or does not cause that. Then as soon as me and you get into an argument, guess what happens?
You do that.
You say, "See, I see why your mama did that shit to you." And then as soon as you do that, he's done with you. He ain't going to tell you that, but he done with you. And then somebody would be like, "Why are you so disconnected?" Because 4 months ago, you said some shit you shouldn't have said. That scarred him deeply, but he ain't going to say nothing because guess what? Men have a problem. They don't leave. They don't leave. They stay right there in it. They stay right there. That, okay, I got to stay for the kids. I got to stay because I'm stable. I got to stay because I bought this house for my family. I got to forgive her one day, but I'm never going to trust her again. And that's what happens in a lot of situations. That's why a lot of these men are the way they are. And a lot of women do that to their men and think it's okay to say that. Talk about the things that he shared deeply with you.
Well, I think because you're not the first person that said that. I've heard a lot of men complain about that, and I've had conversations with multiple men, and every single time when it come down to like the nitty gritty of the conversation of why relationships don't work for them or why they feel unsafe or don't want to give it another chance, is because, like you said, women take that vulnerability for granted. But I think a lot of that is also still communication because, like, you know, women, we're emotional. We're taught to be emotional. Y'all are taught to be logical. So when we're in an argument, it's like second nature for me to cut you with my words because that's what a woman can do. A woman knows the right things to say. When we're nurturers, we're taught, like how she was saying earlier, we're taught that. It's kind of like instilled in us, but we're also taught it. So we know what the right things to say are. We know what the wrong things to say are. And even if those wrong things are the right things for us in those moments to cut you, it doesn't matter. At that point, it's fair game, you know. And I'm not saying that makes it okay. That's what quite literally makes it a problem. But that doesn't become a woman problem at that point. That becomes a childhood problem. How did you grow up? Who taught you how to communicate when you get upset? Who taught you how to, voice your problems? Who taught you how to respond to other people's problems? And that's no longer a gender problem. That's now a you problem.
Yes. Right. Now I will say this because I know everybody else got to cook. But I'll say this. See, men were taught to get the fuck up. Women were taught, "Come here, boo-boo, let me look at it." So that's the difference. So men are going to be more logical and men are going to be more. That's why vulnerability is so important because growing up, men could not have emotions. Little boys, when I grew up, when I fell off my bike and tore my knee up, my dad said, "Get your ass up, get back on that bike." When my sister fell off the bike, he said, "Come here, boo-boo, let daddy look at it." "Oh, what an alcohol pass. Give me that Band-Aid." right? And so there's the difference. Girls were able to express their emotions without judgment. Men, little boys, are not. They cannot express anything because it's get the fuck up. You can't be crying. Don't fucking cry. Don't fucking be emotional. I don't care about how you feel. Men were trained to be robots. Men were trained to get the fuck up. Girls were trained to come here and watch Disney movies. And that's just what it is. Look at the Disney movies. All the women, right? Beauty and the fucking Beast. Little Mermaid came out the fucking water, almost lost her breath, and boys trying to find a fucking man. Like all these different stories that come from Disney. And where the movies at about? Us. Shit, Pocahontas had John Smith. Yeah, he took her back on the damn boat. Where's the stories about men conquering? There ain't none. Think about the Disney movies.
Canceled now if you do
But
it.
I mean, honestly, every single movie you just named, we just know the princess's story. But if you really look at the movie as a whole, they're side characters in
But
what would be the
they
main
trying to
story.
get a man the whole. They're trying to get a man the whole time. Like Pocahontas, she was trying to get John Smith. Jasmine, she was finding like they was getting with Aladdin. Like everyone has a man. Ariel, she wanted to be on the land for the man.
But I don't know if y'all noticed.
She wanted to be a part of the world.
But that's what I'm saying. I think
for her man.
But here's what I'm saying though. I think that a lot of those movies might be misinterpreted because, like, okay, maybe Cinderella you could say that for, but like Ariel, she didn't just go up there thinking, "Oh, I'm finna see this fine man as soon as I hop on this rock and sing this song." No, she was like, "I want to see the world." Like you said, Pocahontas, she wasn't like, "Oh, I'm finna go over here with these white men and disgrace my family." No, that they came to her, and I feel like if you look at a lot of Disney movies, which I'm a mom, so I gotta watch them, but like you'll start to notice that as an adult, like a lot of those, even in that what's it called, the Rapunzel remake that they did, he found her. It's not like that. I get what you're saying, but I feel like you have to look at it on the other side too, because what's really known, especially in apparently black households, is that moms coddle their sons and kind of neglect the daughters. They're a bit harder on the daughters. So a woman could easily just say the same thing. Like, my mom was very nice to my brother. She was kind of rude to me. You just got, it's all about perspective.
So one of my favorite lines in Pocahontas, God damn it, is when her daddy, the chief, came out, and Pocahontas was fucking with this white man outside of her nature. And he said, "Because of you, Cocoam is dead." She fucked the whole plantation. She fucked the whole land up by trying to be with John Smith. She did. He told her, "I got a man for you." The man looked at Pocahontas and said, "Damn, I'm going to marry you." And then he go in the woods and see her over there with John Smith. And guess what? At the end of the story, who wins? Pocahontas. She got a whole man killed. But Pocahontas is the winner. It's like that in all the movies. Hey, hold on. Why did I get married? 2. Janet Jackson.
Oh my God.
She got the baby in the car, had a wreck, baby dies. Her husband forgives her. He gets upset about her on the anniversary of the baby. She goes to his job, acts a damn fool, ratchet as shit. He runs out from the embarrassment, drives out in front of her truck, and dies. And guess what? Hold on. And at the end of the movie, what happens? The Rock come up. "Hey, how you doing, baby?" All the women in the fucking theater. Yes! She's being rewarded, and she done killed her baby and her husband.
We are not about to do that about you.
How you
gonna twist the entire story?
Yeah, we're not gonna go from Tyler Perry. We're not gonna go from Disney to Tyler Perry.
We're gonna leave Taisha Perry alone. I'm just saying.
That's number
Tyler
one.
Perry need help.
Number 2, did you just watch Pocahontas yesterday? Because I don't remember none of that shit that you just got through.
He said, "You remember when he died? Cocoam died." And he said, he told Pocahontas when she came in, he said, "Because of you, Cocoam is dead."
I don't remember.
You better go watch that shit tonight, Disney Plus. If you don't have it, I'll give you my login.
I got some other things I want to watch.
Okay, go ahead.
So we can
I feel like we can't use that movie.
That's not
because
that's
not
very,
even truly
that's,
how it
that's
went.
A horrible.
Yeah,
and
you're
it's
right.
also
You're
run
absolutely
by,
correct.
by white men
on historical levels.
And,
on
they
like
love to sell us
Well,
fake romances.
Well, like, we're all just trying to look at media, though, and see what media does to women and what media does to men. And right now, y'all want to know why men ain't shit today? It's the media. We're all brain control. Like, we're all brainwashed. Our environment's our destiny. So
I see ass all day
because
on your timeline. You don't have to do shit. You just pull up your shit and then, girl, that's just what's on
That's
your
horrible.
timeline.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But because of those things, we need to take a step back sometimes and realize, okay, what's happening? What's the media doing to the men? What's the media doing to the woman? Who's profiting from this? What's the point of this? What is the end goal? What's going to happen over the next 10 years? What's been happening over the last 10 years? You know, and the problem is nobody looks at these stats. Nobody cares about any of that type of shit. Nobody cares that there's going to be more single people, that JP Morgan actually just did a big study to see how they're going to profit the most in 10 years from now. And it's going to be off of single women. They already did the study and figured it out.
My bank name.
It's going to be.
Don't say my bank name. After all of this bullshit, don't say my bank name. I'd be like, what? What happened? Nope.
Oh yeah, and everybody be very careful about the banks right now. And here's the thing, as we're going through this crazy crisis right now, a financial crisis. It's about to happen. Like with the banks that are they're going through hell right now. Yeah. And y'all gotta understand, they're gonna make so much more money, just like they've been doing with Vogue, with Cosmopolitan, with all this stuff. They make stupid money telling y'all to do all this fucking stupid fuck shit, all this stuff that really isn't gonna make y'all's lives better. Nope. Like the only thing that's gonna make y'all's lives better is having generational wealth, pairing up with somebody that's a good teammate, so then you can move up to those next levels. Like, they don't want y'all to make it out of the lower and middle income bracket, and the middle bracket's going away. We're all going to be lower brackets.
This is the conversation that I just had with my mom the other day, and sad to say, it was because of the fluctuating prices of Drake concert tickets, and not anything more important, like
like global warming. But that's okay.
Yeah, but okay, so it still brought up a very important conversation.
There you go.
Because I was like, so who the fuck showed Drake and 21 Savage my fucking tax returns, my fucking W-9? What the fuck? How the fuck do they know I qualify to be able to say I could pay this much for this when y'all charge me this over here a couple of years? Y'all either need to tell me that the venue went up on y'all so that I can know what I'm paying for or something, because right now, like, y'all are telling me to pay Coachella prices and shit. Right. Y'all are telling me to pay 3-day festivals.
Right.
So Laura
like
$100, they're like $1,000 to $800.
Mm-hmm.
The 300 tickets are $600, and that's like up high.
And you know what's fucked up? A lot of people are gonna buy those tickets, and half of those people's sons. I don't mean to say this, because you know the majority of women do have their children. I'm not saying all women, but some of them are going to pay that $600 or that $1,000, and then they're going to pay another $200 for their fit. Then they're going to get their lashes done, their hair done, because they want to look good on the front row. And then when they get that done, they got a son at home that's in the 5th grade reading on the 2nd grade level, and tutoring costs $100.
Where did you just get that from?
Yeah,
Where
man.
did you just pull that out of? You went so left now.
I know. It hit me.
You're not
when
wrong,
when shit hit me, I gotta run. When shit hit me, I gotta run. It's sad because I work with these booger wolves.
Yeah, it is.
I see a lot in my job. Like my job, I work for a bank. I ain't gonna say the bank name, but when I go to work, and these women are very professional, they dress professional because we have to suit, tie, booted up. But when you go to work and you hear those little conversations in the corner, girl, I just went on Yummy website, girl. They got the wigs on sale, and I'm over there. What the fuck? I said, how much you pay for it? $800. I said, motherfucker, you stupid. And then 5 days later, I got a knot in my tire, girl. I ain't got no money to get that shit done, man. I ain't got no fucking gas, girl. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it home today.
Well, to your face, it was just sad that I had to have that conversation. Like a few years ago, you know, $300 was the max, or whatever the case may be, and I feel a way about that. And then you can do whatever you need to do. But now,
it's the food too. It's like even the food costs.
Yeah,
like
a hot dog, $12.
But they're like everything is shifting down. Like so, upper class is now that, and then everything like they're eliminating. It's like I told my mom that I said it's either gonna be rich or poor.
Yeah, you're either.
And then it's not gonna be.
It's the have and the have and the have not.
I said that's a sad place to be.
People aren't satisfied with being middle class anymore. Like this whole like Gen Z, the stuff that they push out to Gen Z somehow, like back then, you know, if they were pushing out stuff to like the boomers and all that, and Gen X, like it was their stuff. Now it's like everything that they really make for Gen Z goes to every generation. And so it's like, okay, so we're getting that, and it's like, yeah, okay, Gen Z, they're all about inclusivity. They're all about this. We're all about that. Okay, and a lot of us, we didn't grow up on that same stuff. So it's like now they're trying to bring that, and they're trying to make that, you know, our problems. They're trying to make that, okay, well, now you gotta change this. You gotta change the way you identify this. You gotta change the way you do this. And like Gen Z, they only want to be rich because that's all is marketed to them. So now, instead of that just being a Gen Z thing, it's now like, you know,
it's always been marketed to everybody. I can go back to the movie Fight. I can go back to the movie Fight Club, you know, and like even in the movie Fight Club, he talks about in one of the speeches, he's like, "Oh, we were all raised that we were going to be rock stars and movie stars and like all this stuff, and it's just a big lie." society has always had men that were disenfranchised and like weren't going to be able to make it. Like the thing is, y'all got to realize 1 in 4 guys don't have kids. That's like back in history, 800 or 8,000 years ago, it was 1 in 16 men had children. Now it's 1 in 4 actually have children. So most guys have always felt, a little bit out of it. But the difference is now with social media and every influencer being right there in your face, you think that you can have what everybody else has because you see it every day. But when we were young, like I'm 32, so like when I was young, dude, like I didn't get to see what the rock stars or what the movie stars were doing every day. As soon as you can start seeing what people were doing every day, you could see the bling they were buying and shit. It fucked everybody's heads up. Yeah. Everybody was like, "Oh, I can have this too."
I definitely no. I excuse me. I'm sorry. But I definitely agree with you, and I definitely agree with that not only was it something that people weren't prepared for, it was something that certain races weren't prepared for either. I feel like we as a Black community, we had not done enough healing or self-reflection enough to be able to start seeing other people's lives broadcasted in front of us without knowing fully who we are, without what people have telling us who we are and who we should be and who we should worship and things of that nature, and telling us what 3/5 of a person and then giving us rights and things of that nature. So it's just kind of just like a situation where it's just it's one of those.
Well, I think the biggest thing in the community for Black people is distractions. And what I mean by distractions is that we would rather pay $200 for a pair of shoes rather than take that $200 and put it invest it in something that will give you a return. Right. And so when you put those $200 shoes on and you walk out that store with those shoes on, you're going to be happy for a little bit. But in 6 months, those motherfuckers not worth $5.
Guess what that's called, though? Because we've been suffering for so long. That's called instant gratification.
Yes.
So when we get everything that we do is instant, we want instant gratification because we have been waiting so long to be happy or waiting so long to treat right. Be treated right. Waited so long for all of these things. So we gravitate. Anybody gravitates towards instant gratification. That's why we in relationships. That's why you go sleep with him real quick. That's why you go do all of these different things that may have adverse effects on you.
But the bad thing about that is the enemy knows it as well. So if the enemy knows they need instant gratification, let me get that new Gucci fit out. Let me get those new shoes
dopamine,
out. These niggas spend their pay for every fucking thing. And so so you have people spending their income tax. Listen, man.
That's why they say that forgive me because it is a saying that white people made their heaven on earth, and they told us ours was in the sky. Have you ever heard that?
I've heard that.
Have you heard that before? Have you heard that?
I've also heard that hell is not underground; it's right here.
Right.
It's going to continue to get worse until it.
But the fucked up thing is during the pandemic, all these fucking PPP loans. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Say, for instance, the government gave you $25,000, gave you $25,000. That's $50. You get us in here. That's $100. $200. You almost got $300,000 in this room. All of us have some fucking sense and not go out and buy wheels and fucking decorate an apartment that you'll never own. With $300,000, we could have bought some land. We could have put something on that land. We could have leased that land to a business or a company and got a major return back, and all of us sitting on the beach next year.
Who taught us that?
But instead, like those dumb motherfuckers in California found out that whole beachfront belonged to their family. And then they gave it to them, and then the city bought it back for $28 million. That shit probably is way more than that.
It is.
But
I didn't agree with that.
But the instant gratification, I'm telling you guys, go and watch a documentary on YouTube. It is called "Selling to the Negro," and they break down how Black people walk in a store and they'll see something for $3 that they can really use, but they'll rather pay $83 for it because of the name. It is so fucking stupid. Like right now, I have this Puma fucking hoodie on. If you take Puma off this motherfucker, it's a Walmart hoodie.
And nobody would buy it. Yeah.
But see,
I got this motherfucker because it was $5. I'm cheaper than the motherfucker. I keep my money in my pocket.
But see, this is also something too that a lot of us and getting the little education that I did have in substance abuse and being in the community of where I had to be, these things are not taught to us. these things and these resources of where we can learn about what we need to do, how we need to handle our finances, how we need to go and invest, or how we need to do things, that's not taught to us. Those things are kept out of our schools. Those things are not, they're under, but they can't afford that. Nobody takes the time to be able to do that, and then nobody comes in, or if they do come in, it doesn't look cool. And Future didn't come in and say, "Hey, y'all, come to this shelter over here that can give y'all this and give y'all the education to be in politics, so y'all can change some things in y'all community, or turn around and do this, or go back into your community and tell your brother or tell your sister to be able to plant those seeds." No one does that, so it don't look cool. Nobody says nothing about it on the internet, so don't nobody want to look into that. And then you have a person that comes up off of looking off of what they see on the internet, what they hear on the radio, and what's going on in the times, and then that's what they put out into the universe.
But you know what, though? Let's back it up. Let's rewind it, because I know the left side of the room need to cook. 68, let's go back to 1968, before Jordans, before all this flashy-ass jewelry and rap music and all this shit. 1964, Martin Luther King did a speech, I Have a Dream speech, right? He got there and said, I have a dream that everybody, white girls and black girls, sit together and eat. And he was pumping his fist. He had millions of people believing in hope. 1968, right before he was assassinated, he had another speech nobody talks about. He said, listen, I've lived long enough to see my dream become a nightmare. He said, I've dove into it. What I believed then, I don't believe now, because I put myself into it. And he said, now they, right, he said, I went into the government. I found out that they have subsidies for land that they were supposed to give people of color. But guess what happened? They gave all of it to the Caucasian community. And the black people had nothing. Imagine what the generational wealth would have looked like if the world was fair to us then. So Martin knew then. He said, you know what, fuck that I Have a Dream speech. That shit ain't real no more, because now I see this shit for what it really is. So us as a culture of people, we have to understand, when them new Jordans come out, they charging you $200. Look, inflation is a motherfucker. It cost that Indian woman $5 to make that fucking shoe.
Right.
Go watch how they make them. Where is this symbol? Logo. They put that logo on that bitch and sell them to you for $200.
That got to be explained to them. That has to be explained.
It has to be explained. But here's the thing: I'm a very bootstraps person when it comes to a lot of things. So, like, the thing is, the environment is horrible for the black community. It is. It's absolutely horrible. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what human in any part of the country or any part of the world, if they were raised in a shitty spot, they had to work their way out of it. It doesn't matter where we look, anywhere. And in America, we are so fucking lucky here. We are so privileged. It is insane. So to sit here with all of the stuff that we have here and we just squander it, dude, at some point you have to take accountability and say it is our own fault.
And
you know, we got to step up.
But this is the only difference of what I'm talking about between what y'all are talking about, grown people. I'm talking about starting it even earlier at adolescence. I'm talking about going in as children. I'm talking about going in as kids when it really is going to affect the future, our dreams, what we are putting in, embedding in us, and saying, I feel like this. Because what I did later on in my life to get my degree, I thought about that when I was 16. I sat outside in my backyard in between my mom's legs as she greased my scalp. No pun intended, being a nigga, nothing like that. That's what we was doing. And I told her that I felt like how I was going to leave my footprint on the earth was I was going to be a counselor to underage girls. And that was what it was at 16. And what I do now correlates with what it is that I said at 16. That's because I had examples. My grandmother was a counselor. Other people in school, I went around older people. I gravitated towards older people. They put wisdom in me. They gave me resources. They said, come sit down and do this. If that was more time that was taken before we even get in, before the experiences happen, before the mentality is built up, before the cycles and the habits are built, then we can we can produce better people that go out there and are doing what you're talking about. Because I agree that are doing what we all talking about, because I feel like we all just want respect.
So it all goes back to the systematic shit, though. So so perfect example, like my family, I come from a very successful family of Hispanic people. So I learned all that stuff about 401ks and all this from my father at a very young age. Okay, so like the thing is, though, you can't just flip a switch and make it to where the black community is going to have those type of things. You just can't, because systematic oppression has put y'all where you're at. So you have to literally forcibly teach people, like, even though people hate people like us coming and speaking the truth and stuff, there has to be more people doing this, more people talking about how stop buying Gucci, stop buying all this stupid shit. One of the biggest things I preach on this fucking channel is for y'all to stop falling for the guys that are peacocking, using Gucci, using stuff like that, because they're obviously losers. They don't understand how money works. They haven't understood what a 401k is, IRA is, and shit. Like, y'all, and this is the biggest issue. And one of the biggest things I teach on the show is if women kept their legs closed, not saying that any of y'all don't, but if every woman kept their fucking legs closed, if they were in a relationship, men have to step up. They have to become better men, because how do they get the pussy to have the kids, let their lineage go on? They have to become better men. But what happens when you let a guy that ain't shit get your pussy? He gets to stay. He gets to stay ain't shit. He keeps fucking more girls while he ain't shit, and he's gonna keep doing it, because why the fuck would you improve?
And nobody calls
why
him
would
to
you
be
ever
better.
And the solution is, I said this at a school board meeting, guys. I said, ma'am, this is the solution to your problem. What you need to do when kids become freshmen in high school, when they become juniors in middle school, 6th grade and up, those young men that are not going to go to college, what you need to do is have trades. And so if you take a young man, a young black boy, and you start teaching him how to be an electrician in the 6th grade, and have that program goes to he graduates, this motherfucker is a professional electrician when he graduates. And if he doesn't choose to go to college, he has a career. What happens is they push college, but shit, college about to become obsolete because fucking robots are doing all the fucking work now. You better find something that you better get a trade that you can do that don't require robots, because in 20 years, fucking robots are going to be making burgers. They're gonna be doing the fucking cars, which they're already doing that. They have stores you can walk in right now. There's no fucking attendant there. You go in the store, you shop, you put the shit in the cart, it scans the shit. When you put it in the cart, you walk out the door, they charge your card. So a robot, so college is gonna be obsolete in fucking 20 years because they're not teaching anything that's gonna help you that a robot can't do.
Right.
It's simple.
Because honestly, I think if you sit and be real about it, if we're talking about black people, yeah, it could be all those other things, but what nobody has really addressed is that a lot of this is trauma responses. And a lot of people don't acknowledge the fact that a lot of the stuff that our ancestors dealt with during slavery was so fucking traumatic that it is engraved in our DNA, to the point where they've conducted studies and brought that information out to tell us, hey, this is what's going on with y'all. So all that instant gratification, well, yeah, because back then we couldn't even
didn't have any gratification.
We didn't have. So of course, when we walk into a room, that's the first thing that we're gonna see, and if we can afford it, we're gonna get it, because it's treat yourself. It's I deserve it. It's this. But if we're talking about what's wrong with everybody, our world as a whole, it's no longer about what the system has taught us or what the system sneakily steals in and all that other stuff. Now it becomes a problem of, okay, well, you need to understand that what, like you said, what's the bigger agenda? Where are you going with all this in a couple years? What do you benefit from making men less masculine and making women more masculine?
Preach!
What do you benefit from having black people be up against each other? Because I think I'm pretty sure most black people know, we put the most money into the economic system, and we get 2% back, less than 2%.
That shit is like everything else.
And it's everything else. It's everything. It's from hair, it's money, it's everything. And it's like we contribute so much, even down to inventions, y'all, stuff that we use every day. Did y'all see that Ford commercial for the car? They did a whole Ford commercial for Women's History Month, and they said, oh, okay, we're gonna have a car. Oh, but you can't open the door handles, you can't turn the wheel, you can't do this, you can't do that. Why? Because it's all invented by women. Okay, but here's the car still. So it's like there's a lot of stuff that black people could do that with, but did we get that kind of commercial? No, because at the end of the day, they don't want black people to understand that if we will work together,
the power
that's
that we
what
had,
it is.
we could overthrow,
Me
and we
you
could do
buying
the
Gucci don't have no problem. Me walking in and buying a Gucci bag ain't a problem. You walking in buying a Gucci scarf, that's not a problem. But when all of us see that Gucci is doing something wrong to us, and we say, no, we're not going to buy anymore, that affects them a lot more than one or two people. And that's the problem. We have no unification. If we would just unite, I promise you, half the stuff we deal with wouldn't be a factor.
Now, I know I'm finna piss a whole bunch of people off, but imagine, here we go, get ready for this one. Imagine if all black women got together and told the white people, we're not buying no more weave and wigs, no more eyelashes for a year. you would bankrupt the entire fucking corporation.
We should
because guess what? Because guess what? The weave, the wig, and lashes business is making last year probably $19-20 billion industry, but they spent $150 million on education. So now we're teaching them it's more about how you look instead of how you think.
And I wish that we could follow that, because I believe in that so much.
Shit, boycott wigs. Shit, you say that, boy, you have motherfuckers shooting at you.
As much as I want to wear the wig, I want to have the wave and all of that. That cause is way more important for me to see. And if we was all really about that shit for real.
But you got to get to the root of it, because it's not even that wigs are the problem. If you didn't know, a black woman invented the weaving system. A black woman is the one who came up with that. And the one thing she should have ran with.
And see, the thing of it is, and that I say is that, and that I was taught that solves a lot of this, is that we come together with other people, or if we come into a relationship with another person, we need to be whole people. So before you go into that relationship, everybody doesn't have the discipline to say, I can't be with you because I'm not whole. I can't be with you because I have this void, or because I have this trauma, or because I have this and this and this. They want the instant gratification, so they want to have sex, they want to have the attention, they want to have this, they want to have all of these things right then, or over the course of time. They want to go through that situationship instead of saying, I will be by myself until I am able to say, I am the person that I want to meet. I have done the things that I need to do. I have the job. I have put in the work. I have loved. I have had experiences with people where they've taken advantage of me. And now I'm just taking the time to be by myself, to love the right person, or to be with the right person. You know what I'm saying? You take the time out to say, what did I do in that relationship that was wrong? What did he say I do? To consider all things. You know what I'm saying? And come as a whole person, have a job equally, so for you to be equally yoked and everything else. If you're not that, you're going to come to the table with a void looking to be filled from other things, and it's never going to be right.
Now, the only thing I would add to that, because I know he got to go to the side, the only thing I would add to that is, I think we should start doing that before the experiences. And let me tell you why. Because what happens is, you'll go let the world beat the shit out of you. And then now you got to heal from being beat the fuck up. But then the scars are still there. So what happens is you build up this trauma and these triggers. So now I think I'm healed. Oh, I met Tyrone, girl. I love him so much. He loves me. And then you go get married. 5 years in, he say some shit that he ain't never said before that triggered you. And now you going right back to becoming the same person that you was before you got with him, which is that broken person. So I think we should start with our daughters first. Start with daughters and sons first. Hey, I love you. You're beautiful. A lot of young ladies let a man say, you're beautiful. He buy you a Chinese dinner. He got you tooted up on your lunch break. We got to get to the point and tell these young girls, we got it. Hey, our daddy loves you. I'm here for you. You need to talk about anything, daddy got you, right? Or tell your sons, hey, you're handsome. Your seed is royalty. When you bust that, don't waste it. Right? Because even in the Bible, it says a man spilled his sperm on the ground and died immediately. Back in the day, it was something different, right? You couldn't waste sperm on trash, right? And so if you go out here with a trashy girl, just like we talk about trashy men, if you out here with a girl that didn't have more bodies and she can line them up on the goddamn interstate I-10, and you out there smashing and you get her pregnant, let me give you the example of a dog. I always say this. 2 pit bulls, they're mating. They're going to have dogs. You can sell them for $1,000. But if a German Shepherd jumped that fence and fucked that pit bull, she's no longer worth anything. And so we have to start looking at it just like that. We have to stick with what works for us.
Hold on. No, and y'all been running this table, so we gotta do other questions. We gotta let the other side talk. But let me just end something real quick. Everything that was just said completely fucking can be brought down to one simple fucking thing. Read your fucking Bible. Literally there's been a book of instructions of what not to do and what to do, and none of it has changed. Sodom and Gomorrah is what we're in right now. Nothing has fucking changed. We can all try to sit here and discuss things and act like we're in this different world and everything. It's not. If you simply follow the same rules that people have been following for thousands of years to make sure we did shit successfully and we didn't have trauma, we didn't have all this bullshit, we would be fine. But we want to sit here and act like we're on a high horse and we're some amazing fucking smart people. No, we're fucking stupid. We are dumb monkeys. We are 99% chimpanzees. And not shit.
Even if we believe,
we ain't
even
shit.
If that part of that is true, now you've lost just a few people that may not have understand that principle yet, or may not have understand
Because
those
of
values yet
communication.
because of communication, and just because of how you just
This is-
relate that, and because of they feel like the Bible is already
And this is
pushing down your throat.
Also,
and this
the
is
Bible
obviously how a
cannot be
counselor would put
taken
it. But
for
the problem
100%
today is that
fact.
people don't talk like how I'm fucking talking.
They
If
don't.
I talk like this, people respect me. People fucking listen. And y'all can say that you don't, or it bothers you, or it pisses you off. But if you were raised by a good fucking father like the two I had, this doesn't mean shit to you. This is a man that knows what he's fucking talking about, and y'all respect it. And the problem is not enough men do this today.
I'm
And
not
that's
gonna
why we're
lie.
fucked up.
I can't equate octave and tone to being correct because I had a bunch of powerful men in my life, and they were wrong, and they would talk in that tone and octave, and they would be wrong because at the end of the day, I'm a PK, which means a preacher's kid. I grew up on the Bible. I am now spiritual. I'm now esoteric Christian. I'm all these other things because I grew up and I saw all that, and I was taught that, and I learned, and I lived by it. Now I've gone out into the world myself, and I've realized that, being on your hands and knees and begging for God to send you a miracle, that's not how God works.
Talking soft like that though, no, that's not how fucking God works. Being soft to y'all isn't gonna solve no fucking issues. Me trying to talk to you how it's gonna make you feel better or it's softer or whatever because women like it more like that, it's not gonna fix anything.
We all lose everything in translation because we're not even supposed to put God and fucking in the same sentence.
Here's the deal,
We're not
Pickle.
even supposed to do those two things. So we have lost all
Hold
things
on.
in translation.
Here's the
even
deal,
though
Pickle.
You're trying to put
Here's
that
the
over
here's
here.
the deal, Pickle. You can say that, but I've had plenty of women on this fucking show who have learned something from me by me talking this way. If it's 1%, if it is 1% that I convert to knowing what is red pill, then I am very happy. If 90% of the girls don't get it because I talk like this, that's fine. Y'all weren't gonna learn it anyways. Y'all weren't gonna learn what I was teaching anyways. So it doesn't matter. And this is why I do this show is I don't care if it's 1% of the women that I change. I don't care. That's a great number to me. And over 10 years, that's incredible.
Well, that's what you're telling the Bible. It says that like it doesn't matter if one person is willing to listen. That's what we're supposed to do. That's all our job.
Yeah, Jesus went and turned tables in the temple. Whenever shit was bad, he turned tables. So that's what I came here to do. I turn fucking tables. I don't care if people fucking hate it or how my tone is or anything. I'm here to turn tables and change the fucking world. And you're not gonna do it talking softly, trying to be a counselor to people. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not.
I think that if you talk,
hey, you know what? We're gonna have to pause because we gotta a whole show to go.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna go into this next question. This is supposed to be kind of like a big thing that like we're supposed to talk about tonight is what is red pill? And it's kind of a good thing because we were kind of talking about it a little bit. So I want to just ask around the table, do y'all know what the red pill is in the internet community? Have you ever heard of that? Have you heard of it?
I have not.
Have you heard of it? Have you? No?
Damn.
Have you heard of it? Have you heard of it? Have you heard of it?
A
little bit.
Red pill, blue pill.
Yeah, kind of like the
yeah.
Andrew, like the Andrew Tate stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've heard of it a little bit, and you've heard of it, yeah.
If
So
you know Kevin Sam,
yeah, Kevin Samuels is considered red pill. If y'all know Kevin Samuels, before he passed. But yeah, so I really wanted to know if y'all know about it because what the red pill is whenever you wake up to reality, and what they say in the red pill space is learning about true human nature, the biology of men and women, how it's always been 300,000 years with evolutionary biology. And when you learn how women really are, how men really are, you're like, oh, why is this man always cheating? Why is this woman, always sleeping around? Or why will she leave this guy who's a great guy for this other guy? There's reasons behind this shit. And sometimes there's biology behind it. And there's really nice when you learn the facts, especially as a guy, when you've been so confused why all these girls are bailing on you or whatever it is. And for a woman, it's great for y'all to know, why is this guy only having sex with me? Why won't he take me more serious or anything? So the whole point of my show is to teach all these red pill truths, because when you learn them, in my opinion, the best thing that I like to teach is you learn to keep your legs closed, and in return, men become better, because if they can't get pussy, they have to become better men, and women become better because y'all don't get trauma. Trauma isn't a good thing for a woman. A man with scars is sexy. A woman with scars is not sexy. Everything that makes a man a masculine man comes from trauma. Every part of what makes a man masculine and a badass all comes from trauma. And everything that makes a woman amazing to a man is your youth, your beauty, and your innocence of not going through any of that bullshit. We're complete opposites.
Good Christian too, though. It says that in the Bible. God said it in the Bible. That's what makes a good Christian, is somebody that goes through all of those things for him.
Yeah.
Or how many girls in here feel like we're past the point of, like, okay, we're not gonna give you the vagina because we know that, you know, it's not gonna you're not this or you're not that. Now it's kind of like a little bit more of a science where the math is not math, and where you have portrayed this, or you have over the pandemic grasped another tool to be able to be a con artist, or you've been able to have these different experiences in your life to where now you seem like you're this person. And what we all need to have is discernment to be able to see and to be able to wait out a situation before we soul tie with a person or a man or whatever the case may be. But I feel like we're past the point of like, if we just stop giving them vagina, then they will act right, because it's like we can hold out as women.
Well, you said discernment. You said the discernment. How did discernment happen in the past? You had help. You weren't sitting here making all these decisions by yourself. You had amazing men in your life that were helping you make these type of decisions.
What you talking about?
Like you can't decide.
No, I can't decide with my vagina that I'm not gonna have sex.
I'm saying you're not gonna pick the right men by yourself. Like you're not gonna be able to choose wisely. Like you're just not able to. You're not meant to.
Hey, you're saying God is helping me.
No, I'm saying men are helping you. If you if you have men around you in your life, you will pick better men. But if you don't have men around you in your life, you're not going to pick good men, because you don't have examples, first of all, to see what a good man is. And second of all, you don't have a guy to call out when that guy comes around that's a piece of shit, why he's a piece of shit. Women fall in love with their ears, men fall in love with their eyes. So if a guy says the right things to you, you're sold. If that guy said the same thing in front of me or whatever, and I'm your brother, your uncle, your father, he ain't making it past me. Because I know what he's doing.
That's what,
and this is the issue today, is women get no fucking help. Especially the ones that are raised by like single mothers or anything like that. How the fuck are you supposed to know what a good relationship is like, what a good man is like, if you were raised by someone that never had that in front of them, even with them?
Example, like if she if she was my sister, if you were my little sister, right? Yeah, you came in as my little sister, and you brought the dude, which he's like, yeah, man, it's my beautiful girl, I know, but dudes know dudes. So the first thing I'm like, man, that motherfucker full of shit. And I'm going to tell you, that motherfucker full of shit, man. Hey, listen, you don't need to be hollering at that dude, man. I see that dude again, I'm going to stomp his ass out.
If he's wearing Gucci, it's because he's broke. Ask him about his 401k.
Yeah, or ask him to pull up his bank account. Hey, put your fingerprint in your phone. Let me see your Capital One. Because right now, if you ask me to see my shit, I'll give you the phone and say, hey, you look at it. Because I'm not that dude. I'm not going to be putting on no fucking Gucci portraying something that I'm not. When you got the Crisco shirt on, but you fucking great value.
So, Sergio, you remember 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, what?
You remember
Donnie?
2 weeks ago, the chick that we had on the panel, and she said that she was Nigerian, and she was saying that she got away from the traditional values from having introducing guys to her father. And then we asked her, like, oh, did you ever have an ex that you're still like kind of hooked on, that you still like, was attracted to, that you really wish you still had? And she was like, yeah. And we asked her and we said, what did he do for a living? What was his occupation? She's like, she couldn't even fucking tell us. And I was like, that's why you fucking needed that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was a prime example why you need a fucking father. Because he would have saw that, and if he really didn't have a fucking job, he would have been like, fuck no.
Check that shit.
Yeah. So I want to ask this really quick. Have y'all ever had a family member help you? We're not going to say father, but uncle, brother, father, give you advice? No?
No. Personally, I was raised by a single mom for a little bit before.
Do you have any brothers?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will say, like, I agree I do think men can read men better than
because
women.
We're men.
Yeah,
obviously.
So I agree with that,
just like how y'all can read women way better than we can.
Yeah. But I do feel like, I was taught, my mom taught me a lot of things that my dad didn't teach me, or that, even though she was a woman, it was a lot of things she instilled in me that now I still use without having my dad around for like a while. So I think,
give me an example of one of those things.
Like, I do think, I have became a little hyper independent. That's a thing for me, just based off trauma and not having like a father figure for a while, whatever. But I think that it's made me now as an adult, like, be more hold men to a certain standard, because it's like my mama was a single mom. She was doing it for a long time. I was doing it for a little bit. So now with men, it's like, what are you bringing to the table? Because this is what I've been bringing for a while. So it's like, it's really perspective, and it's like experience. Like I said, like, now that I'm around my dad a little more, it's like, I do think that my attitude on men has changed a little bit. Cause it's like, your dad is always going to protect you and make sure you're good. And men do offer a lot to teaching you about what kind of man you want, because you know how they say, like, usually women go for figures that are like their dads. So, I definitely agree, like, with what y'all were saying about if you have a brother or a cousin that's a male or whatever, I feel like they kind of are able to help you. But women too, I think, some single moms, for me, I feel like have good judgment as well, because they've had to be mom and dad. So
I think too, like, what I want to say, like, because I see some of the comments and things like that, like, a lot of men, I'm talking to the women in the room and to the men too, but I'm talking to the women first. I think a lot of the men think that we don't want to respect them, that we want to be like the man, or that we want to be like the person to wear the drawers. And like he's making such these extremes. He's like, you get Chinese food and you toot it up. I ain't never tooted up for no motherfucking Chinese food in my motherfucking life. So stop playing me, because I ain't never ever did that. And if she is, she got some deeper issues going on. Tuning it up for Chinese food, so that ain't even. That's not even
it's
there.
an analogy.
You know, it is, and that's great. It's an analogy.
You know how much-
but I'm just letting you know what I'm just telling you. I'm just letting you know. But what I'm saying is to aid what you strong men are saying in this room, because I don't think that what you are saying is to hurt women or black women or any woman, period. It is to help her to understand a man, to be able to function with a man and be able to move forward, because you are real men who are giving you your real valid opinions, and we are not men. But what I want men to understand is that women are not coming into this bitch like, hey, we this and y'all gotta listen the fuck up. We want y'all to lead. We want y'all to do what y'all are supposed to do according to the Bible, according to what y'all are supposed to do. If you do it. But we meet so many jokers and players and things first, deceiving and all of those things. The reason why we believe them are like the little gray areas. Everybody believes everybody for a different reason, a different void that somebody is fulfilling.
They're gonna decept you. Like this is what I keep going back to. Y'all gotta understand.
That's the whole person. So if you're a whole person and you're figuring out what it is that's going on with you, the deception part, he can't deceive you.
But this is why I was talking about that trauma ruins women. So if women are very good at not avoiding that shit, then whenever you do meet the guy that's the really good guy, you're gonna treat him amazing. You're not gonna have
stop
any
the
issues.
trauma. Then you gotta say where's the trauma coming from?
From the first, I'm telling you, like one of the big traumas comes from your parents, and one of the big traumas comes from sleeping around. So if the woman say she has shitty parents, like
which one comes before the other?
One of my
parents come first.
One of my
sleeping
favorite
comes
stories.
After.
One of my favorite
if
stories.
Mixed in between, it's a problem. If it's mixed in between,
here's the thing. Hold on though. This is one of my favorite things I like to talk about. Imagine two twins, okay? And they're both exactly the same twins. They're both genetically exactly the same.
Yes, sir.
They have the alcoholic father. One of them sees the alcoholic father and becomes an alcoholic. Once he's alcoholic father says, I'm never going to become that, okay? So like the thing is, she could be raised in a horrible household and say, you know what? I saw my mom do all this stuff. I'm going to keep my legs closed. I'm not going to fucking do all this stupid shit.
Right.
You know? So everybody has a choice. So if a woman ends up in one of those shitty relationships, I'm just going to blame her. At the end of the day, I'm always going to blame y'all for falling for the bullshit, falling for the guy that's tricking you, because y'all fall in love with your ears. Don't trust him.
No.
Why do you feel comfortable with saying that being a trickster is a part of your DNA and what you are as a man? Why do you feel comfortable with saying, well, I'll explain, so y'all should be smart enough.
I'm extremely comfortable with
recognize
saying
my tricks.
I'm extremely.
Why are you tricking us? Grow
I'm
up.
explaining it to you. Hold on, because
it
is literally in our biology. It's in our DNA as a man. Men and women manipulate. That is what love is. Love is pure manipulation.
Women adapt.
Love
Creatures
is nothing.
adapt. So if y'all keep doing that to us and y'all keep on putting that out there, we're gonna adapt. Like just animals and creatures adapt.
Okay.
Just like a cockroach.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on.
Is it manipulation if a guy takes you to dinner and because he's attracted to you and he wants to fucking have a relationship with you, is that manipulation? Because he's trying to pay money to get you to like him more. He's trying to take you and swindle you. He's trying to trick you into liking him more. Is that manipulation?
But do you not remember?
Can we agree that's manipulation?
I mean, exactly.
It depends on the intent. He wants a relationship or sex.
That's what
if that's
we
his
said
intent.
earlier,
is that
though.
manipulation?
That's literally what we said earlier.
Okay, well then love and just having sex and all that, that's just all manipulation then. All of it, yes, because that's what every guy's trying to do. Every guy's trying to get a relationship or sex out of you. You think he just likes taking you to dinner for fun? Trust me, he doesn't. He doesn't.
So I think the problem is I see how how they say men can't see as many colors as women can. I feel like men can't see as many variables. Oh, y'all never heard that? That is a true fact. No, that is a true fact. Women can identify more colors at eyesight than men can. Like we can see the difference between 5 different shades of pink. They'll probably be able to see 2 or 3. True. Like that's a scientific fact. But I feel like now this is me personally saying this. I feel like it is the same way as it pertains to a lot of the takes that y'all think we have on dating and think we have on, because for instance, for you, You think that women are just so easy now. And we're all saying to you, it's different now. It's not as easy as it used to be. Back then, yeah, maybe a girl would have opened her legs up for a Big Mac. Now, baby, you could buy me a Big Mac. You could go take me to Perry's. I don't give a damn where you going. Do you stimulate me mentally? Can you do anything? Are you running a business? Do you plan on running a business? If not, where do you want to be in 10 years? Do you want to own a house? Like, we're looking at stuff because we have this
He's
stuff
talking
now.
generally about most women because
But that's what I'm saying.
Because pussy
this
is
most
devalued.
women now.
Pussy is devalued, and it's not. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's the girls at this table that devalued
Why are
it.
y'all not
Like,
telling us? Why are y'all not telling us that our pussy is valued
if
and
value
to stop
is,
doing
if
this,
pussy
right?
isn't value,
Huh?
Why are y'all
what's
not
value?
Hold on. One mic.
I was about to. I'm so sorry because
No,
I
you're
interrupted.
good.
Yeah, no,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was about to say, why are you all not saying, okay, you should value your pussy more, and I'm not fucking you?
Well,
right? Because we should be responsible for ourselves,
once again,
right?
This is what this is what you're so frustrated about is you keep getting
I'm not
mad.
frustrated at all.
No, because you keep going back to the same things that you just don't like evolutionary biology. You don't like how men naturally are. I'm sorry that men naturally manipulate to get sex and to love from women. I'm sorry that men naturally want to fuck bitches all the time. Here's the thing.
I don't have to accept that.
Men want.
I don't have to accept.
Why don't you stop cutting me off and let me finish? Okay.
Well, I'm sorry because that's not what I came here to do.
You've done it multiple times. Yeah, and see, so men want quantity, women want quality. Okay. This is a fact of nature. Y'all, if I asked all y'all who has a roster at this table, and then if one of y'all said, I got 4 guys right now, and I said, okay, how many of them are you fucking? I guarantee you she's only fucking one of them. Because when a girl has a roster, she's fucking one, she's going to eat with one, she's getting text from one, she's made calls from one on the phone. That's how a woman has a roster, because y'all want quality. You want the best man you can have to fuck. Men are the opposite. We want quality or quantity. We want numbers. And that's just how we are. That's how we've been for all of history. Genghis Khan, fucking Alexander the Great. You look at the biggest sultans, the greatest men of all of history. They wanted to fuck a lot of women. This is how, like I told you 8,000 years ago, one guy for every 16 had kids. One guy for every 16. That's how, and that one guy, guess what? He wasn't just getting one fucking girl. He was fucking a bunch of girls. Okay, so guys have always had quantity. That's what they've always wanted. You can get mad that guys do these things. This is what I teach. Don't go to those fucking guys. Don't go to them. There's usually about 20 red flags you see about those guys, and you keep chasing them, or you'll keep fucking them and get digmatized. That's not my fault. You did that to yourself. And women do that shit all the time now and then play victim. Understand how men are, and it's like, okay, this is how men are. I'll keep my legs closed, or I'll make him fucking fight to get to the point where he can fuck me now. Damn, looky there. Now he's fucking different. Who would have thought?
I feel like it's always going to be like that, though.
Yes, it will, because that's biology. That's evolution.
Men are like, why don't you understand me? And then women are like, why don't you understand me? Like, it's always going to be like a misunderstanding. Right? Yeah, but
I mean, no, everybody's in poly relationships now. If y'all, anybody that we asked at the beginning, who's fucking right now or who's recently been fucking, okay? So most of y'all aren't celibate. Most of y'all are fucking somebody. So if you are, I guarantee you that guy is fucking another girl right now. I guarantee it, especially if he's a Chad or a Tyrone. I guarantee he has a fucking roster of women. So all y'all,
Chad or Tyrone,
a Chad or Tyrone.
What does that mean?
That's just guys that get girls.
What does that mean? Why did?
Like the Chad is the white version of the guy that gets all the girls, and the Tyrone's the black version of the guy that gets all the girls.
I'm feeling that. I've never heard that.
It's something that's on the internet all the time. But yeah, y'all got to realize though, you're already sharing men. If y'all all have sex at this table and you are having sex with a guy that you're not in a relationship with, you're already sharing him. And there's a lot of girls that already know this, and they're already starting to accept it, and they're already starting to accept the guy with 2 or 3 girls. There's so many guys that have millions of dollars that are killing it compared to all the other guys, or they're so cool, they're so tall, they got such a good dick game that girls will be like, you know what? I'll be your second wife. I'll be your third wife. This is what the future is. Like Islam is going to take over the fucking world because they do that shit. Like, watch. This is the future.
History too. That in Africa, that's very popular for them to have multiple wives.
Exactly.
Yeah. But there's a system to it.
Yeah, you got to do it right. You can't even do it all willy-nilly.
I respect what they got
Donnie,
going
Donnie,
back
what were you
there,
going to say?
Yeah, and even then, I know that y'all are saying like, oh, guys, y'all are saying how we really are, but it's not true. However, there's stats out there. Like the dating apps actually released stats on this. Like, for example, like OkCupid. I think it was last year, Sergio, if I'm correct. They released a stat that showed that women are swiping left on 95% of men. They're only swiping right on 5%. Y'all are all chasing the exact same man, the Chad and the Tyrone. So this is what Sergio is saying, is that you got to keep your legs closed. Stop being on these guys' rotation. Why would they settle down for you if they got 20 other girls going for the exact same guy?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's like time though, y'all. Cause like even you know how sometimes girls we be like, I know I say this all the time, and I be like, I wish I had that '90s love, that Will and Jada love, like all of that.
Don't say that shit. Don't say that shit. We leave them motherfuckers out of it.
And I'm not gonna blame it. I'm not gonna like be cliche and say, oh, COVID messed everything up. But it's like if y'all think about times and dating apps and all that, it's like for a minute we didn't get to go outside, we didn't get to mingle, all we had was social media, being inside, you know, communicating through that way. So it's like now that is kind of we're trying to get back to normal. I feel like that also affects dating as well.
It wasn't 100% COVID, but it was a big pusher.
It was a big
part. If we look at the stats, it was 10 years ago when Facebook came out. That's what because guys went from 16% virgins and or haven't had sex from 18 to 30. Mm-hmm. They went from 16% up to fucking 30. Yeah. Fucking doubled. Okay, women went up like 3%. So women kept kind of staying like on the same kind of path sexually. Men fucking dropped off the planet if they weren't cool or they didn't have good pictures or they didn't have those things. The thing is, when social media came out, it just made it to where all the sex went up to the top guys. Basically because they were the ones with the cool cars. They were the ones that were 6 foot, whatever. Yeah. They were the cool guys. So all the sex went up to them. And now you got a bunch of fucking loser guys that don't have any girls. 64% of men from 18 to 30 are single right now.
You know what's crazy?
64. Fucking 2/3 of them. Yeah. That's crazy. And know what? Only 1/3 of women aren't in that same bracket. So who are those women going to? They're going up to guys above 30. That's what that stat shows.
And that's like what I'm kind of seeing now. Like when I go back, I don't use Facebook. I like graduated about like 10 years ago, but like going back on that, like when I go back on Facebook and I look at the people I went to high school with, and I look at those like hot like guys out there, like the it girls, and I look at them and I'm like, damn, where'd you go? Like, you know, and I'm like, they were it, and I wanted to be like them, or I wanted to be their friends and whatnot. Like I got bullied in school, and then I finally stood up and I was like, mm-mm. But then I look at them and I was like, we are completely different people now, and I feel like it just like shifted.
Everything completely swapped.
Exactly, and I'm like,
and men see that too, because we used to have some girls in school that were very. I mean, they was finer than a motherfucker. and so what happened was, I went to Walmart. I went home to Louisiana. I went to Walmart, and I'm just checking out. She said, "Hey," I said, "Hey." She said, "Alexis." I said, "Damn, Alexis, what happened?" Oh my God. She said, "What?" She said, "You still crazy." I said, "No, what happened to you?" She said, "Oh, I had the babies." How many, girl? They did that to you?
You ain't do that.
Shit. Swear to God. I'm straightforward. I'm going to tell you that's what it is. Because back in the day, she used to clown so many people. Okay. And now she built like a Glade plug-in working at the register.
I feel like it's just karma, though. You know, like, because back in the day.
Yeah,
like,
you get what you get. I want to get to one of my favorite last questions, though. I want to know what bothers you the most about the dating marketplace.
Oh,
shit. With you.
Marketplace.
Yeah, well, that's what we like to call it, because it's not just like one person. It's like, you know, the whole thing. What bothers you about just dating marketplace altogether? Man, you know,
you saying like far as dating apps, or you saying like in
no, not dating apps, dating in general. Yeah, all dating. Like, what bothers you about men? What bothers you about the women today? What bothers you just about dating in general today?
I'll just say, like, touch base on what you said earlier, like the guys, like the mentality naturally.
The double negative.
I definitely like disagree with everything. As far as that, like, I just don't like the way, like, how, I mean, men are gonna take up for other men, and you know, y'all like how women would do the same. I just feel like men should be more real, as much as they preach like, I'm a real nigga, I'm real this. It don't be nothing real.
You mean you probably say the same thing? If he telling you he a real nigga, he ain't no real nigga. Because a real nigga
doesn't have to say it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about me. I'm an alpha motherfucking male. When I walk in the room, I ain't finna tell nobody I'm a real nigga. When I walk in, you gonna say, damn, that's a real nigga right there. Because that's how I carry myself, right? I don't have to go and tell. If I have to tell you I'm a real nigga, I'm not a real nigga.
Yeah, you just fucked up the entire point of the game of it. Yeah, and so like the big thing that I want to tell you though is, like, you know, a lot of women don't like that whenever I bring that like fact up about men. But here's the deal: there's another fact about women that a lot of men don't like, but we got to accept it still. And it's another biological evolution thing that we just got to accept. This is how humans are. It's an animal thing. But women are hypergamous. That means that y'all date across and up social hierarchies. That means that y'all will always want to go up to somebody above you. That is, statistically, it shows that if you lined up a bunch of women, y'all would want 53% higher than you. So if you made 100K a year, you probably want a guy who makes 150K a year. And that's just what statistics show. That's just what average women are kind of saying.
Just
And that makes a lot of men really sad. There's a lot of men out here that aren't ever going to make enough money, especially today, because women out earn men in major cities. Women are graduating more from college right now. So women are about to be the main earners or making more than men. And that's going to cut a lot of men out of the dating marketplace. That's why there's already a lot that are cut out.
And them laws about to change like a motherfucker. Let me tell you why. If women in 10 years, if women are making way more than men, they're going to have to change the child support laws. Because how the fuck can you take a man to court that's making $30,000 a year and get money when you're making 110?
Yeah.
So now men are going to be like, hey, I'm going to put your motherfucking ass on child support. And guess what's going to happen? The Supreme Court denied. They're not going to allow this. So I'm thinking that in the near future, it's about to get real. It's about to get real.
Yeah, but don't ever the thing that I always have to teach people though is don't get mad about that fact about men. Don't get mad that men are fucking animals. It is a fact that men are animals. It's not. Here's the thing. I tell y'all to not chase those shitty guys that are acting like animals. I tell you. Look, one of the biggest things I teach on the show is 10% of people are good. 10%, 1 in 10 are actually smart, intelligent, good people, morally good people. So most of these people out here ain't shit. And the second you get that in your head that most people ain't shit, then you can stop getting mad about that one fact that guys are doing that shit. Understand that guy's an animal. He's out of the 9 and 10 that are shitty. They're animals. They're still living in their animalistic behavior. And understand he's an animal. Just like how there's women that are gold digger as fuck. Like they are so hypergamous. They have to go up and across hierarchy as hardcore as they can to the point where they'll go to a guy that's 60 years old that's about to die or something. So you gotta understand this is human nature. The biggest thing I like to teach on the show: stop getting mad at human nature, accept it. Because the second you accept human nature, the second your life gets better.
I don't feel like it's human nature. You're adding labels. You said gold digger. You said people who aren't shit. Those are labels. So you're going at that type of label.
Yeah,
so
because you need to categorize people and see who ain't shit and who is shit. Like,
you mix the men and then you mix ain't shit. So like, which one is it? Men who aren't shit or just men? Period.
I'm saying there's men that aren't shit. I just told you 10% of people are good. No, so 1 in 10 men are good.
Like reference, like going back to earlier, you said like men, like that's naturally what y'all do. Mm-hmm. Is it just men? That's what y'all do.
So this is the big issue: is that whenever people say things, it's like it's one of the big things that we always hear on this internet. It's like all women are whores or all women. No, we're not saying that. We're just showing you the statistics saying that some women are doing this, some men are doing this. I'm not saying all men are whores. I'm just saying that some men, most men actually are going to do the sleeping around thing. And another thing that I like to talk about for the black community, it's very hard on y'all because y'all got white girls, Mexican girls, y'all got all the races coming for y'all's guys. So a lot of black women have to accept that he's going to sleep around sometime just because of the sheer number of fucking women being thrown at this guy.
Like, you preaching. Let me tell you what happened. Oh, listen here. If you ain't never been out the country, let me talk to you for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
When you get off that fucking plane and they see that fucking melanin and that man coming off that fucking plane.
He's telling the truth, too.
And you get off there and you walking down the street, them motherfuckers following you like, God damn. Like, it's like black men are dark skin or lighter. I mean, dark skinned men are like a delicacy in that motherfucker. They will follow your ass around. Hey, baby, how are you doing? Is it okay? Or they want to sit with you. They act like you're a fucking toy. Can I take a picture with you?
It's the same.
They act like that in America.
They're fetishizing them.
Especially in Germany. Go your ass to Germany. If a black man go to Germany, he ain't coming back.
There's tons of black men that are doing the passport bros thing right now.
Shout out to Austin Holloman.
Yeah, Austin Holloman. Shout out to you, bro. Tons of black guys are leaving the country and going in girls in other places because they're fucking crawling towards them in other places.
Yep.
Like it's a hard game.
And you got women that have YouTube channels that are saying it. Like I seen this, the Vietnamese lady, or I don't know what she was.
I saw one too.
Yeah, she was like, listen, you women in America, you want to have your man's paycheck and spend thousands on clothes. Me, I can take a $3 shirt and love my man in spite of what he makes. As long as he's my king, I'll always put him first. They're having classes on how to treat a black man. Different cultures of women are getting together trying to say, how do we get this black dude? They're studying us, trying to figure this shit out. And I wish I had it on my show the other day. I wish I could send that link to him in there. These are women that are sitting down saying, this is what black men want. This is what they don't want. and this is what black women did to them, and this is what we don't need to do to them, and this is what we do. We want these men.
That's an agenda to break up the black household.
And
I hope everybody
know that. Yeah, everybody needs to wake up and understand that they are trying to systematically separate y'all.
Because black women and black men together, not saying because if you got an interracial relationship, good for you or happy for you, but black women and black men together, that's like an undeniable force right there. That's completely
we have to have value. We got to show each other value, though. Yeah. Like, I can't be out here and I can't go and be this stupid dude, and then you can't, as a female, go and be stupid female. When we come together, it has to be, we have to make a decision. Nobody's going to break this fucking union no matter fucking what. We're going to be together. We're going to work hard together. I don't give a fuck if you make $10,000 a year and I make 100. That's 110. Let's make this shit fucking work. I don't care if you make 100,000, I make 10,000. Let's make this shit work. Everybody right now want to be everybody want to be in relationships. Everybody want to be married, but people want to live as fucking individuals when they're supposed to be living as one. You're supposed to be one unit. So black men and I remember back in the day, back in the day, my grandmother and my grandfather, they were one fucking unit. Everything was in the same bank account. There was no separate bank accounts. There was no separate money. Every decision was made. My grandfather made great decisions. He bought land. He got stuff to leave his children and his grandchildren, and they were one. Now, I do, baby. The bills need to be paid. How much you gonna put on the bills this month? Or baby, the bill. It shouldn't be that way. It should be, hey, the bills are paid. It doesn't matter how much. Everything goes into one pot, but all this individualism, that's why relationships are dying, because everybody want to be individuals in a place where they should be together.
Yeah, y'all, you can't have an ego in a relationship. One of the biggest things I always teach is that me and my girl are constantly fighting to do more for the other one. And most people have no idea what the fuck that's like in a relationship. To be with somebody that's constantly fighting to do as much as they can for you, and then you get to the point where you fight so hard to do so much for the other person, you completely memorize everything they want and need, and then you never have to ask again. And you literally just always do these things, and it's a teamwork thing, and it's just amazing. You don't even talk about it.
It's the influence, though. It's just a second, sweetheart. It's the influence, because now you got Cardi B. I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got a ring. And then a motherfucker on Instagram Live in the kitchen sweeping and fixing fucking dinner and wiping the counters down. Wow. You got Beyonce, independent. Oh, that was Jay-Z. What it look like with 2 billionaires on the elevator, right? You got all these different people. Oh, now you got even Sierra. You married to Russell Wilson, right? I don't even want to talk about her right now. But you married to Russell Wilson, right? But now you got a song talking about be independent, get your own money. So you're telling other women to be single and get their own money, but you with a whole dude that's got a $300 million contract, and then Beyonce got Jay-Z, Cardi B got this ugly ass nigga she with. What are we talking about? They're teaching women how to be single when they're married. This shit is stupid. And women fall for it. And they fall for it.
Yeah, they're making a ton of money off of telling y'all to be single. One of the biggest things I also bring up on here, trust me, they want y'all single. The powers that be, the people making all the money, they make so much off of y'all fucking doing all this bullshit, staying single. If you got married and bought a house, you would destroy their entire game plan.
Yep.
But nobody wants to fucking do that. Did you have something you wanted to say, though?
Yeah.
Did you forget? Yeah, go ahead.
I think everybody.
Well, I'll go ahead and go to you now. After what bothers you the most about relationships today? Sex today, marketplace.
I would say just like genuine, like just finding. I'll say for men, for me, I don't like the word like simp. Like I feel like that's like became very like in our vocabulary. I don't even know what that is. Like,
you know what it stands for? SIMP? Yeah.
No, I don't.
Someone idolizing mediocre pussy,
or a sucker idolizing
mediocre pussy.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't care about that. Like, I just feel like when it comes to that bothers me the most, because like I'm a very like
You're
I am
simpish.
like a
you like
girl.
To like give a lot to the guy.
I'm a genuine. You know what I'm saying? I love hard, so I just feel like for me, it's kind of like I don't want no type of. I don't want to be dealing with somebody that just feels like we're gonna just. I have to hide how I am to please what other people think or whatever like that. I feel like in my last situation, that's kind of was like a thing for me is like, okay, you want to behind closed doors be a way, but then in public you want to have like a certain, like, I'm gonna be real all the way around. Like, if I love you, I'm gonna love you behind closed doors. I'm gonna love you outside. Like, I just feel like,
I mean, that's just a big red flag, period.
Yeah, like, I don't know where that comes from, but I just hate it.
If a guy is doing that, he's immature as fuck, because you have to, there's levels to simp. And I'm not saying men are simp. If you with a woman, if I'm with her, me and her, we're in a goddamn relationship. I'm gonna simp as what because I want because she's my only, and so I'm gonna be simping. I'm gonna be like, hey girl, you want to go? Let's take a trip. Like let's get on the plane. But some dudes will be like, flag. I can't do this. That's a red flag. I can't do this in front of my friends. Okay, nigga, well go be with your homeboys. Yeah. I mean, goddamn, you gotta. That's one of those red flag guys. Exactly. Stay away from the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
As much as you all are calling for us to do right, and accept for, excuse me, us to accept the view that you are dogs, that you can be this and you can have the potential to be that. Mm-hmm. Can I hear you or you say what the women have potential to be? Like what you all want from women, the good things that we do or that we can?
This is what I was explaining though is to her is that there's two opposites to each side on the evolutionary biology thing. Women are hypergamous. Okay, so guys are horrible because they want quantity. They want to have as much numbers as they can. Y'all want quality. You want the best quality guy you can get. Everyone wants the best quality they can get. So they're going to be hypergamous to have the best they can get. That's the one negative. That's the catch-22 on each side.
I didn't say necessarily. Excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what as far as
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we as men want a beautiful woman who is well spoken, who thinks before she speaks. She's not disrespectful. She's very nurturing, right? She doesn't have moments of bitch, nigga, you ain't shit, fuck you, nigga. But she's always speaking with a kind word because if we want to go biblically, the Bible says a wise woman builds up her house with her hands, but a foolish woman tears it down. And so we want a woman that's not argumentative. We want a woman that can sit down and have a conversation. We want a woman that we can take to our Christmas parties, out to the store, out to a restaurant, not having to worry about her attitude, slapping the waitress, cussing out me in front of everybody, cussing me out in front of the Target cashier. But she's very respectful. We want a woman that will take us in the bedroom and fuck our motherfucking brains out. Right? On Monday, make love to us on Thursday, hug up with us on Friday, watch a movie with us on Sunday, and do that shit all over again next week. That's what men want. Men want peace. And I'm telling you, if you provide peace to a man without fucking that shit up, then you will have him forever. He will do whatever.
We'll have him forever doing what?
I just told you.
No, well, you just said all the stuff that I'm supposed to be to you. So after I do all of those things, what are you going to do? Because I'm naturally accepting you as a dog, right? Okay. I'm naturally accepting that you're going to do these different things regardless, right? Because that's what he's saying. Right. So now that I'm having to deny certain things about myself, I'm denying whether I want to go out here do whatever because of you as a man. Yeah. What as a man can we walk away from this table?
I'll take the dog. I gotta watch this. I'll take the dog. I'll take the dog because there's different type of dogs, right? There's a Chihuahua that would come and bark at your ankles, and there's a Rottweiler that would tear the fucking house down. But guess what? I will be that for you. I'll be that dog, right? I'll be that loyal dog that would attack anything that fucks with you. I'll be that dog that jump in front of that bullet when somebody pulls that gun out. I'll be that dog that will come home and sit down. I will be that dog come on with you and sit down with you emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Baby, what do you need? How can I help you today? What can I do to ease you today? What is it? Let me go take the kids to the park this weekend. This weekend is yours. Matter of fact, here goes a gift certificate. Go get a massage. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take you on a trip next weekend. When you do that for a man, the Bible says it. When a woman is a virtuous woman and she is the first one up in the morning, last one to go to bed, a man and her children will love her. Her man will do for her. Her man will reward her for how she is for him. So I'll be able to give you everything that you need because you're giving me it's
the men don't do that. The man that
you see don't do that.
The men never do that. Or either we would probably still be with them.
This is the issue. Y'all are picking the bad guys. Yes. This is like y'all are picking these guys.
Don't be bad.
Well, no,
like you want us to be good.
No. The problem is
I know every woman at this table right now. I know every woman at this table right now feel like the underlying intention of what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, and hold on. He gave you one answer, but let me give you my answer really quick. You're completely talking about a very small percentage of men that have options. This is the crazy thing that women don't understand. 90% of guys are trying to get whatever pussy they can, the best they can. They're lucky to have a girl. 90% of guys. Because I get passionate. I'm very passionate about everything that I talk about. I'm extremely passionate about what I talk about. So, like, the thing is, though, 90% of guys, y'all, if you don't want a guy like that, there is literally 9 out of 10 guys that are normal dudes that fucking make normal pay, that are normal height, and they fucking can't demand shit from you. They don't even have options, and they wouldn't even try to demand options out of you because they ain't shit. They don't make enough money, whatever it is. They can't provide like what he's talking about.
Exactly.
So if that bothers you about that one thing, you're bothered about 10% of men, because most men ain't getting it. Most men ain't getting shit.
And to add to that, you gotta have discernment on what these men look like. Like right now, we're all sitting at this table. I'm not with none of y'all. But if a motherfucker walk in this room right now with some heat, or he walk in here with some fucking problems, I'm gonna be the motherfucking first one flip this table over and take care of that bitch ass nigga. So what I'm saying is, it's all about what's in you. I don't even know none of y'all, but it's in me to protect you if a motherfucker come here with some bullshit. Yeah. I'm ready to take that bullet right now. He coming, this motherfucker. I'm gonna get him too. We both going together. Both our funerals gonna be next Saturday, but at the same time, I'm gonna protect you from that because it's in me. What you have to do is, we're off balance. What's happening is we're dyslexic. Women are dyslexic. They think backwards. What needs to happen is if we go in spiritual, let's go spiritual for a second. The Bible says, he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Where we fucking up at is women who are finding a man. And when women that find a man find a bad man. In reverse, bad man. But he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Two things there. I'm looking for you. Mm-hmm. And then when I find you, you're already equipped to be what I need.
I agree with that. I agree. I felt that when you said that. And the one thing that I want to take away today, that I want to know, that I want you to know for sure,
right,
is number one, I never want to disrespect a man, ever, and by interrupting him or by over none of that.
Exactly.
Because
you're very respectful.
I understand what's supposed to be going on, but I also want men to understand too that there are a lot of women out here that understand the role that you all are supposed to play, and we want that, and that's not what we have been given. That's not what we have been. That has not what has been illustrated to us. Yeah. We have given it a chance. We have given discernment too, and it has still fucked us in the ass. Okay. Hold on, wait. It has still fucked us in the ass.
Okay.
And then after that, again, we've given discernment. We come back again, and then it's fucked up, more fucked up. At what point does a man say, "What do I need to do for myself I'm looking for the woman?"
I have the cure to that cancer. You have to be willing, women. Listen to me. You have to be willing to put yourself in positions that you've never done before. Let me give you an example of what I told my sister. Okay. My sister said something similar to what you said. I said, "Little sis, this is what you have to do, baby. Stop messing with ratchet ass niggas." She said, "But every time I get a dude, he always fucking me over." Baby, let me tell you what you need to do. Listen to Big Brother. I want you to put yourself in position. I want you to get a nice little dress. I want you to dress very classy. And I want you to go to the opera tonight. I want you to go downtown Dallas. I want you to go to the opera hall. Music hall. As a matter of fact, next weekend, go to the art gallery. Put yourself in places where value is. Most motherfuckers are going to the club for a nigga. Most motherfuckers are going meet niggas at the fucking liquor store. Tinder. And then you want right. So my thing is this. Don't try to put a tuxedo on a rattlesnake and make him look good and then get mad when that motherfucker do what come natural to him. He gonna bite your motherfucking ass. So stay out the goddamn Amazon and come over to the fucking Caribbean, to the island where you can get some value. Put yourself in the art gallery. Put yourself in the fucking opera. Go do some shit you never done before. Go watch classical music. Put yourself in position. Then when that young man walk up to you with that tux on and say, "Hey, good evening, beautiful. How are you?" Then goddamn, talk to him.
Yeah, so Sika, the guy who was here, like one of our main recruiters, one of the main things that we do is we take the girls that come on the show to networking events, political events, charity events. And the reason why is because guys at those places are on their purpose. So y'all get to go and actually meet guys that are on their shit.
Exactly.
And the thing is, it's like he said, if you're in the right environment, another big thing I teach on the show, don't fucking online date. If you meet a guy online, he has no connection to you other than that one online thing. He will fuck you over and not care about it and leave you because there's no connection. You can't run to a friend and say he's a fucking asshole because he did this. There's no connection. There's nothing. He's gonna let you go. It doesn't mean anything. So yeah, avoid those type of things. Let's get back to you this time. What's something that's bothering you about the dating world or relationships right now?
I feel like something that bothers me is, I hate dating in general, and I haven't done it in a long time, and I'm doing it now. But like the one thing is like figuring out if it's the truth or if it's a lie. And my biggest thing is like, all right, you spit a good game, but are you gonna like follow through with what you're saying? And that's like my biggest thing is like you talk a really good game, but I want to like see it follow through. But like even in myself too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think every guy
like
being the person you want to meet, and that was the one thing that was really really big for me. In the past couple of years before the pandemic happened, I found the most success that I felt like I probably was. I don't know if I was ever gonna have or what. I was working with some of the top people that you could name right now, and that was a purpose of me saying. I said to myself, I want to be by myself. Mm-hmm. I want to be alone because I want to be the person that I want to meet. Yeah. I want to make sure that I have myself together. I stayed by myself purposely to make sure that I wasn't out here saying, I want you to be this. And then, excuse me, my shit over here look like this. Yeah. Or I'm over here treating you one way, but my life and my behaviors and my actions are something completely different.
To provide what you
and
expect.
I knew, and even then, knowing that I didn't want to come home and do this. I didn't want to say, where you at? I'm over here. I didn't want to do that. So before I even open up the door and let a man come in and let him think that that's what I'm doing, I'm letting him know that that's not what's going off rip. You can either deal with this like this, or either like I'm just putting my foot down. None of that's happening because this is what's going on with me right now. Mm-hmm. So that was for me, and that took the time for me to see what men. It took time for me to see a lot of different things about myself, what I was doing wrong in relationships, the negative things that I was doing as far as women go, some of the things that y'all were saying. You know what I'm saying? But it took time though, you know.
Read that.
Yeah, and
the last one.
Now let me tell y'all this. Some men suffer from Pughusian syndrome. Let me tell you what that is. They get when you're in a relationship, Pughusian syndrome is when a man's in a relationship and he doesn't have to work for anything, and I put pussy and juice together, guys, so I created this syndrome. Pughusian syndrome is when a man get the pussy and then he's not clear, or he becomes like, oh, I already got what I needed. Uh-huh. If a woman is in a relationship with a man, the way to find out if he's fake or not is to not give him any. Don't give him shit. Mm-hmm. And then what happens is you're able to say, you know what? He told me in his game, he told me that he's able to do this, he's able to do that. You don't have to forcefully say, hey, when you taking me out, nigga? Yeah. You go and say, hey, baby, listen, I know that you say you like art, and I know you say that you like to do this all the time. Mm-hmm. Hey, who's your favorite painter? Mm-hmm. Yep. Or who's your favorite jazz musician? Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, Jerry's your favorite jazz musician? Hey, listen, they have one coming up this weekend. The tickets are like $400. I know you said that, money's not a problem for you. So are we able to go to that this weekend? Mm-hmm. And that motherfucker starts saying, baby, wait, he's fake as fuck. Yeah. Because then a dude that really enjoys it, like me, I can name jazz artists because I don't just focus on one genre of music. Shit, I sing all of them or I'll listen to all of them. You have to be a well-rounded person. And I come from a sales background before I got into banking. And in sales, you have to be well-rounded. So I can get in a car with an old white woman and listen to Hank Aaron and sing that shit with her. I can get in the car with Garth Brooks and sing it with these white people. I can get in there and do rap. I can get in there and do R&B. Turn on some fucking Mary, right? Because if you're a well-rounded man, you're able to connect more. So I think that women should do that. Women should tell the man, hey, listen, baby, start breaking him down. Don't let him get no pussy. Don't be kissing on him. Don't give him no excitement, no nothing. Concentrate here first. And if a lot of women concentrate up top, the panties won't drop. Oh shit! Somebody write that shit down. I'm using that next week.
He said well-rounded. He said well-rounded. Yeah. But what does that mean, y'all? What I just said. When it's the whole thing go like this, when it's well-rounded all the way, it makes a circle. What are you? You're a hoe. You're a man. Yeah. You're a hoe. Yeah. So you saying you need to come to the table as a whole person. Yeah. Nobody can. It take a long time to be a whole person. Yeah. So by the time we halfway figuring out that shit, we are in our 30s or we in our late 20s trying to be in a relationship and trying to figure shit out. And we still low key need to be over here like, because I have had a man tell me that real men don't get they shit together for real until 40.
Right, and you're absolutely right.
White man.
Hold on. I've heard that too. But guess what, though? You have to get to a point. You're saying, right? You have to get to a point, right? Because everybody has been in bad spots. Even myself, right? I'm a confident motherfucker. Yes. But I've been in bad spots before. So what I do is, you have to get to a point where you say, "Fuck that." Mm-hmm. I'm not worried about what people say. Mm-hmm. I don't worry about what people care about. I don't worry about nothing. I worry about getting my fucking bag. Mm-hmm. and doing what the fuck I want to do, traveling, driving what the fuck I want to drive, putting my money in the motherfucking. Hey, I'm gonna let him name all the things that we put our money into. We
401k, IRA.
Come on. Yeah. And so when we invest and we save, that's what needs to happen. So we got to get to a point where we say, fuck that shit. If you're the same person at 30, and then you're the same person getting at 40, you wasted 10 years of your fucking life. You got to get to a point till you say, fuck it. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sit here and let a dude that I'm no longer with stop me from loving again, stop me from doing what the fuck I want to do, true. Because that motherfucker got power over you. And so many women talking about, I'm 49 and I ain't doing it no more. These niggas ain't fucking shit. Well, girl, when's the last time you was in a relationship? I was 30. Bitch, 19 years? So 19 years, you let this man have power over you in 19 years? Where he at now? He married and got another bitch pregnant. Oh my God. So he moved on with his life. But he still has power over you. We have to get to a point where we say, fuck it. Listen, I need everybody at this table right now. I don't want to have no preacher moment, but I need everybody to just on three, just say, fuck it. I know somebody at this table probably going through something right now. You got to say, fuck the past, fuck the dude that hurt me. I'm going to be better for me. I'm going to be in a relationship. I'm going to love freely. I'm not going to let this bullshit that I went through control me.
And fuck the entitlement, because that's what you're leaving off. A lot of people,
come on,
men and women, they feel entitled to explanations or apologies or retribution after they go through shit like that. That's why they stay around for so long. He gonna do me right eventually. He gonna do me right. No, he not, baby. He showed you what he was. You either take that or you leave that. And if you take it and leave it and you let him be that, then guess what? You can move on. You can be the happily married person with a new husband and he's still hitting you up, married or not, like, oh, I miss you, baby. You were so good. You were so great to me. Oh, well.
And just like Maya Angelou said it, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. That's what she said.
Get your
I got to go back to something that like you had said. You're talking about, like people nobody's fucking perfect. Another thing I like to talk about all the time. I'm not fucking perfect in my relationship. My girl isn't fucking perfect in her relationship. Everybody is constantly trying to get better, but life is like a roller coaster. It is down. You're down. You're up. Yeah. The best couples, the best people are the ones that can go through that shit and keep it together.
Yes.
So I don't believe there's such thing as a perfect guy. Like I'm not fucking perfect.
Nope.
There's no such thing as it.
That can't be. But I never want to be with I can't.
But
never
I also want to say though, as a woman though, all y'all, if we look at evolutionary biology, a lot of y'all's value is up front at 18, 19, 20 in y'all's beauty and your youth. Okay, a guy though ain't shit until he's 30, 35. Y'all wait for the guys at the finish line. If you're smart, you'll wait for a guy at the finish line, because if y'all want to try to play build a man, I've already talked to tons of girls on this show, and build a man does not work 9 times out of 10.
No, it doesn't. It don't.
Don't do it. Y'all need to find a good guy.
He was never supposed to be that. He was never supposed to be that man that you building, because it's just because, like you said, it comes from you finding me.
Right.
And then us working together after that, me nurturing you.
And but the big thing I want y'all to know though is that do wait for a guy at the finish line. Wait for the guy that's at 30, 35, 40 that, is successful, but also know he's not going to be perfect. He's not going to be a 30-year-old or 35-year-old and be amazing at fucking everything. He might be better at a lot of things, but he might still lose his temper. He might change his tone one time. Don't let that ruin anything. That's the only thing I want to say.
Now I know the men going to get mad at this.
The men?
Yes, but I don't give a fuck. Because let me tell you what happens. If you want to catch me outside, we can go outside.
Wait, he said not. No. Oh, I'm sorry. You said do not do that. I broke the rules.
So let me. The problem that we're dealing with today, the dudes that you're talking about, there's a name for those guys. They're called son husbands. Mm-hmm. And what happens is, I think all women who are single mothers that are not with the baby daddy, you should have some type of male, masculine, alpha male, like myself or like Sergio here, in that child's life. To steer that young man in the right direction. Yes. I know women who have their sons in the house. They don't take out fucking trash. They don't iron their own clothes. They don't wash. They don't dry.
Okay.
They sit up and play the fucking game all day. And guess what happens when he get 18, 19? He's going to try to find his mama and a lover.
And to do that.
And so now he want the woman to take care of him. He want the woman to worship him and serve him. And he ain't doing a motherfucking thing because mama didn't make him do a goddamn thing. So, so now we got to start going to the root of the goddamn problem. Why are these men like bitch ass nigga? Why are they just fucking and leaving? Because they know. Well, shit, my mama let me do what I want to do, so I'm able to do what the fuck I want to do. These are son husbands.
What do y'all do is meant to change that? What do y'all do?
You snatch those motherfuckers. Listen, I coach football. I volunteer. I got a whole bunch of boys that I volunteer and I mentor. I coach football. I don't play with them. And so when the mama come to me, I tell the mama, at practice, bring their asses to me.
Okay.
School, they're acting a fool in school. They fighting, doing dumb shit. Bring them to me. And I had one 12-year-old, 13-year-old motherfuckers, almost 6 foot tall, 285, just ready to slap an angel out the sky. And I told him, I'll look up at him and I said, I'll knock your big ass the fuck out because then you cussed at your mama. Man, she pissed me off. I just grab him. Hey, bro, don't talk to your mama like that. I don't want to hear it again. Right? And then when you have a masculine man like that in their life, guess what?
It makes all
my phone tomorrow. My phone will be. Hey, coach, what's going on, man? Hey, man, listen, I'm doing better, man. I ain't sitting there to my mama. You gonna take me to Quick Trip to get an icy? Yeah, I'll take you to Quick Trip to get an icy, nigga. Yeah, right? Because now you got to be a man. But if those women don't get no help, first of all, and secondly, if you treating them like they're the king or like they're your fucking husband, like Just Hilarious taking pictures with her son and she's butt ass naked. What the fuck is going on here? She butt ass. I don't know if y'all saw the pictures. Just Hilarious.
Pause. Do you have kids?
I do.
Okay, I was about to say pause because that's just a little bit different from a I would just say from a mom's perspective. I won't say that was just too out of pocket because she did. If
I took a picture of my daughter butt ass naked, what that look like?
She was literally butt ass naked.
She was butt ass naked. Her son was butt ass naked. What that look like?
This is the mom, but this is the mom. He was not
8 years.
8 years. Hey, look at the picture. The motherfucker look like he about to start a job. Look at him.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a boy mom, not only, but one of my kids' boys, and I'm not gonna lie to you. That has been a very hard conversation because I had a little girl first. And, you know, when you with your little girl, I don't know if y'all's mom, but my mama walked around naked. So I didn't care. You know, when I grew up, it didn't care. It was like we was all walking around the house naked. Me, her, my sister. We didn't care. But, like, that didn't happen until my brother got out the house and he was the oldest. So, like, now with me having my son and he's getting up in age, like, my daughter and I've noticed my daughter doesn't even walk around without any clothes on anymore. Like, she's even understanding, like, so now I've started to look at myself and I'm like, damn, do I need to put some clothes on? Like, you know, because I start to think, because, you know, at the end of the day, even if kids don't know what they're doing, what they're talking about, all of that, they're curious. And there's only so many ways you have to go about exploring things and stuff, especially as a kid. So it's like, and my son, he's not even 3 yet. So he can talk, but he can't really articulate in how he wants to or how I believe he could. So it's like, I feel like to a certain extent, my son don't give a damn. He's not worried about me walking around in the house naked. But I do notice that when I don't have clothes on, he's like, and whenever I do have clothes on, he kind of just walk past me. He kind of won't really acknowledge me and stuff. Like, he won't stare at me as long. But it's like he notices, okay, and because he looks at himself too. So he'll look at me and he's like, okay. And then he go look at himself, and I'm not gonna lie, he be grabbing his little thing and disgust the hell out of me. But I'm like, all right, you exploring, you learning. And it's like, I can just tell he's like, this is different. Like, this isn't the same thing. And that's why I try to tell his dad, like, I'm very, very big on what you said. A little boy, I'm a woman. I can raise a gentleman. I cannot raise a man. But I can raise a gentleman, but I'm never going to be able to tell you how to walk through the world as a man because I've never done it.
Ever.
So it's like, I have to respect, and that's why I tell people all the time, I definitely understand. I would love to advocate to every woman as well. If it's not the daddy, get somebody that you look at you like, I would have a husband like that. I would want or even if not yourself, if you don't have enough respect for yourself like that yet, about your own kids, your daughter, I want my son to be that husband. You have to think with that in mind, and especially when it pertains to bringing people around your kids.
Right, but you also have to keep in mind some of the women, because like I said, I've been coaching for 8-9 years. Some of these women, when I grab their son for cussing out the referee or cussing out somebody that's older than them, being disrespectful. First of all, coach, you're not going to be putting your hands on my son. I said, well, ma'am, listen, where's his daddy? That ain't none of your fucking ma'am. He ain't got no daddy, so he needs this. We're not going to baby. And I tell them to their face, we're not going to baby your son today. So now I got to be a leader in her life and his. We're not going to baby your son today. Yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm going to handle him. And the only thing I need you to do is be quiet and go over there and sit down. Period. Yes, ma'am. I'm not, go over there and have a seat. I got your boy. I got him. I'll take care of him. I'm not going to kill him, but he's going to learn today not to be disrespectful. That referee is 60 years old. Your son is 12. He's not going to be calling the referee a fuck nigga and he ain't shit.
Yeah.
We're not doing that shit.
Yeah.
And nothing disrespectful, period.
Exactly. Nothing. Not your mama, not the teacher, not the anybody older than you. You're not going to be disrespectful. Or if your mama call me, like I tell them, your mama call me, I'm gonna snatch your fucking soul out. Do not play with me or don't disrespect your mama because your mama working too hard to take care of your ass. I got one kid, he can't help it. His daddy died, right? In Afghanistan. What the fuck you gonna do about that? She's a widow. And this boy, you can tell he misses daddy, but he's disrespectful as fuck. Yeah. And I'm like, God damn, boy. I mean, I say, yes, but I had to put the gloves on with him, put these boxing gloves on, and show me all that anger. He caught me with a couple. I said, God damn. But we end up tearing that backyard up. He caught me with a couple. I said, shit, this nigga might win. But I had to show him that this is what a man look like. I ain't trying to hurt you, but I'm trying to humble you.
You are the resource.
Right, and all your pain. And guess what that went to? Because men need to do this. It went to him, went from to
yeah.
Right? He just needed somebody to break through him. Yeah. And that's what happened. So that's what we need. So women, single moms, if you went out, if you went out and had a baby and you don't have the father side in the baby's life, find you a man, a coach, somebody that ain't trying to fuck you. But find a man that will come into your son's life. It will change him forever. Y'all know what's the guy that just did Creed, the fucking actor?
Michael B. Jordan.
No, the other one. Jonathan Majors. Yeah. He's from here. Went to Duncanville High School. I watched his. I watched his interview where he said he got kicked out of Cedar Hill. Mm-hmm. He got kicked out of all these different schools. He ended up in Duncanville, and it was a coach who changed his life. That came into his life and said, listen, stop fighting. You're better than that. And his mom and these two people, his mom was poor. They lived in Oak Cliff. These two people put their money and resources behind him, got him to go to acting school. He left there, went to Yale, right? They paid for that. And then now look at him now. He has fucking 18 movies in the last 3 years, and he's a multimillionaire because of a coach changing his life. Yep. So men need to be, if it was just his mama raising him, where would he be today?
Yep.
Well, but
we're gonna have to
we can't. My bad, brother. I ain't mean to do a sermon.
We got to go on to the next one. What was something that bothers you about dating right now?
I would just say the lack of marriage-minded males in our generation. A lot of males, they don't want unity or generational wealth. They don't think with that mindset as early. They don't get that until, I forgot who said it, but like later on in life, 30s, 40s, whereas a woman, they think of that first. So I feel like that right now is like the worst thing because a woman thinks of it right now.
It's not, so like the big reason why like we need, this all goes back to always pointing fingers at the right direction. I'm not saying that you're pointing fingers directly at the men or anything, but we need to point the fingers at who caused this. It's the people devaluing the dollar. It's the government. It's the dollar being printed like crazy, because when that happened, men can't fucking provide for y'all anymore. What do we learn about hypergamy? Y'all want a guy that's higher up than y'all, that can provide for you, okay? Y'all hardwired for this, for just in case you were to have a child or something. So because of that, we can't get mad at these guys that don't want to be married or don't want to have kids and stuff, because it's extremely uncomfortable as a man whenever you're not the provider. When you're not that guy that you're supposed to be, it is so fucking uncomfortable. So a lot of these guys that don't want to get married, they're not in the mind or all that. Yeah, well, that's what happens when the powers that be made men weak little feminine bitches that fucking are broke. That's what happens when we made them into that. Like we can't blame the men for that. We just got to realize, all right, well, now the pickings is slim. There's only 10% of guys that are going to be able to do this now. Right. What do I have to do to be able to find that fucking 10%? Because 90% of guys can't even fucking afford to be a masculine man.
Right. And now it didn't go on from now. Hey, boy, how you doing? You remember that? Yeah. Hey, girl, how you doing? You're beautiful. It went from that to, hey, bitch. Right? Niggas are so fucking feminine. And I see these fucking men walking around, hey, bitch, hey, girl, what the fuck? Nigga, you got a girlfriend. Yeah. Are you kidding me right now? So now they take on, going back to the Bible again, everything you need to know is in that everything you need to know is in the Bible. It says it right there, right? You become what you are around. And if you're around a woman every day, you're going to take on those fucking tendencies of a woman. You're going to start talking like them, walking like them. Little boys going to start putting on mama's shoes, start trying on mama panties. They're going to start doing all type of shit. And then you're going to have not only a son husband, you're going to have something that you're going to have your boy saying, mama, I identify as your shoes. Because now we're not putting them in the right situation. Like I just said about the women, put yourselves in the opera, put yourselves in the art galleries, but you got to put your son around men. Put him around men, not broody poo ass men, put them around men who dress a certain way, who walk a certain way, who move a certain way. Put them in church, put them in swimming lessons, put them in fucking karate, boxing, put them in something that will build character. Because if you don't, they're going to be PlayStation 5 boys, depending on the woman to take care of them. And then when the woman kick their ass out, they're going to be right back at your house at 25 years old. And that's why Jasmine Sullivan, I love her voice, but that last album was fucking stupid. When she said, all I need, he don't have to have a job. All he got to do is give good dick.
She said that?
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, wait a minute, play that back.
What you talking about? Because I Jasmine Sullivan stand over here. You gotta let me know.
Rewind that shit. We can listen to it after the show. Listen, I'll pull it up after the show. We listen to the lyrics. So basically in the song, she's saying that she don't give a fuck if the dude broke, he ain't got no money. Just give me the dick.
What? How'd she go from being scared of lions, tigers, and bears?
Oh my!
I don't believe that.
No, for real.
Oh my!
I don't remember that song.
Like, wait,
what about you? So what's bothering you about the dating marketplace today?
I would say, right.
There you go.
Right. I would say what the actual problem is for me is that everybody's too caught up in each other's gender roles and what that's supposed to look like. I don't like how men are telling women what women should be and how women should be and what we should be worried about and what we should and shouldn't be doing. And I don't like how women are telling men how they should be, what they're doing, because at the end of the day, like she said, everybody's only accountable for themselves. Even if you have kids, you're accountable for their mental progress up to a certain age, and then it's up to them. Kids become self-aware at a young age. I was self-aware at 5, meaning I could look out in the sky and I was like, wait a second. Okay, and I knew what was going on. So it's like once you become self-aware, whatever age that is for you, you should know, okay, now it's about this. But like you said, because the system is messed up, we're worried about money. We're worried about likes. We're worried about looks. We're worried about everything but focusing on progressing ourselves. Because one thing I can say I don't agree that you said that we're basically, I'm not going to say you said it, but it sounds like you're implying that we're basically needing to ignore the 90% of men out there. I mean, ignore the 10%, whatever you said, but I'm not going to ignore a group of men just because they may not fit the standard that I have, because a lot of those men that are getting overlooked are those men who are the ones who come whole. There are the men who come wrapped up in, and my thing is being whole is nowhere about money. It's nowhere about what you think. I don't give a fuck if you slept with 100 women. If I was into the same sex, I wouldn't give a fuck if you gave your pussy to 1,000 men before you gave it to me. Your worth is in your mental state. Where are you at mentally? Can you put yourself in a better position? Are you still where you were 5-10 years ago? If you still are, then I know you're not worth a damn. You're not trying to change. You're not trying to progress. We change every day. You like you said earlier, getting to know your partner, I wouldn't just leave it at that. Yeah, you may know your partner today. You may know her McDonald's meal today. In 2 months, she probably don't even like fish no more. In 2 months, she don't like chicken nuggets no more. Now she don't even like McDonald's altogether. But you don't know that because you've convinced yourself, I know her. I know what she's got. People change every day.
I mean, that's kind of goofy because that's not life. Like, that's not any relationship. That's not how it is. Like,
I'm just in a 5-year relationship, and that's why it tanked, because he thought he knew me.
Well, I'm sorry that you dated a loser. This is the problem that a lot of women do today is they date losers, and I'm sorry.
I wouldn't say that every man that doesn't get one thing right.
I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that your girl's not into the McDonald's sandwich anymore.
Okay, but
like,
I've been eating fish sandwiches since I was 5. I used to call them blue burgers, and I've been.
If a relationship ended over an argument over something as simple as something like that, then the relationship was never going to work anyways.
Men tend to not see the deeper point, because just like how you focus on that one part of my sentence, you didn't hear the whole concept of it.
Oh,
that's what men do.
I had to reply to just the first. I had to reply to just the first part about it. There's just multiple things that you said that were all off. I mean, the first thing that you said is you don't want these gender roles. You're completely. That's the reason why everything is so fucked up. Is because women are trying to do men's gender roles. Men are trying to do women's gender roles, and then it's all. But you're saying that you don't want these gender roles.
I'm saying no. I said I don't. I said I don't want women speaking on what a man is when we're not men. We can't. I can't tell you what a man is, and you can't tell me what.
But y'all can tell us what y'all are attracted to. That's fine.
Exactly. Just
and
like
a man can tell a woman what we're attracted to.
But I can't raise a man is the same thing as you telling me what you think a good woman is, but you can't tell me what a woman.
But
is.
I can tell you what I'm attracted. This is what I'm trying to explain. Is it's preferences. You can tell me what you're into. I can look at statistics and say, okay, women like tall men. Women like men that make a certain amount of money more than them, etc. And then you look at statistics for guys and say, okay, men like younger women, men like women like this. There's like, it's all preferences, and there's nothing wrong with those preferences though. There's nothing wrong with like those gender things though.
No, there's nothing wrong with preferences, but what there is something wrong with is if, like me, I can't tell you how to walk through life as a Hispanic person. You can't tell me how to walk through life as a Black person. I can tell you how to treat me as my boyfriend, but I can't tell you how to treat me as my Mexican boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You know, like there's certain things, there's a difference. There's a big difference. So even though I understand, like, how do y'all boil all of our problems today down to women giving a pussy out? Who told, first of all, who even made it popular for women to do
I can make it really simply.
It goes popular, because I studied a lot of periodic history because I was very a fanatic for a while. And I'm not going to lie to you. If you really look at history and our past and stuff, it was men that felt like, oh, because we have so much power, like you were saying earlier, we have so much power, we're kings, we're Catholic, we're this, and they take that power and they run with it and they use that to their advantage. Men do that in the music industry. I've dealt with that as a female artist. They try to use their power and position and their knowledge to their advantage to manipulate women, which you kind of talked about, men manipulating women, and that's what I'm saying is the problem. Like, I understand what you're saying and I respect what you're saying. I even see the point in it, but what I'm saying is that men and women need to understand it's not about how we think you should condone your bodies or yourselves or your mentality or your money. It's about yourself. You are going to attract what you are putting out. If I'm putting out a whole person into the world, I may attract some fuck niggas, but it's up to me to decide who I entertain. But you are going to attract the nigga that you want or the right man that you want if you're putting out your best self and you're putting out the version of yourself that aligns with the man that you feel aligns with you. Does that make sense?
You go all over the place. Like whenever you start talking, like one sentence will be on one thing on the left and the other one will be on the other thing on the right.
I understood, and then I was about to say the one thing is I think like everybody always answers from a place of like themselves. Like everybody is not like you.
Well, the whole point of this show is that we talk about generalities because this is a podcast online to a bunch of billions of people. 3.6 billion people watch YouTube on a monthly basis, okay? We're talking about generalities here. We're not always going to sit here and talk about individual people and what you individually experience. That's great. Like, that's great that some people experience certain things, but this whole show has been about generalities. It's always been about that from the beginning.
It has, but also too, we answer with bias all the time. Right. We try not to, but it is that, and I can tell the passion in your voice because each time you answer somebody's question, it comes with aggression. Yeah, it comes with passion. It comes with
because like, everything that y'all say, I've heard. I've done the show. I've done 40 plus episodes. I know what you're gonna say before you even get done saying it, and I already know what to say to put you down and know exactly how I'm
never put us down. That's the thing.
It's not about putting down. It's just about winning the argument. It's just about the debate.
And I would like to say this because I think that we all may be sounding like this. To be putting the message across that you are wanting to put across, to be as positive as what you're saying that you want to be, you're coming off very negative.
Because I don't like subjective. I don't care about subjective opinions.
But it doesn't matter. Because I'm going to reject everything that you're saying, and I'm glad your girl take everything because everybody else is not going to take that shit.
I'm just telling you that everything that y'all are saying is subjective.
Just because it's the truth don't matter that you.
I'm talking about objective truth. I'm talking about
bullshit now.
It's
bullshit now because how you talking to me. It's bullshit now because of how you're saying it. It's
you have to understand that delivery matters
women
too.
Well, guess what? Like I told you already before, there's certain women that will completely understand it.
No,
that will completely get it and won't respond like how you do right now.
You're confusing comprehension with respect. I can comprehend what you're saying without me respecting it. I comprehend every last thing that you said. That does not mean that I agree. You're telling us basically, yes, there's only one guy out of 10 guys that are going to be that are actually have that, and you only have 10%. You only have a 10% chance. There are 90% of guys that can't do this. So you have to pick your one.
Yeah, I have to tell you all that way, or else you're not going to fucking close your legs.
But a lot of your points are contradicting.
Don't tell me I'm going to fucking
closing your legs or not closing your legs means nothing. I know a bunch of women who are prostitutes who are happily married. That means nothing.
I'll believe it when I see that.
You think women are bad. You think I'm ripped. Women are bad. You think I'm ripped that we come into this shit wanting to be fucked up people and wanting to attack you as a man.
Let me repeat it. I said I know.
We accept you and want you to be a man. We want you to run this shit.
Hold on. Let her say this again. Go ahead, Sugarfoot.
I know a lot of women who were prostitutes that are happily married.
Oh my God.
Oh, that word.
Yeah,
I feel like that's not something that's.
I thought you said now.
I might have said that first. My bad, y'all. No, I just meant in past tense. Now, does that mean they're necessarily completely happy with themselves? No, because a couple of them are in therapy, rightfully so. Because like you said, sleeping with a lot of people does traumatize you. I'm never gonna deny that.
Desensitize you as well.
And it also he
be up in there tearing that ass up, and she be like, "Oh my God, I can't."
Yes, sir.
I can't.
Or you can't combine. You can't like connect emotionally.
You can't bond.
To it. Yeah. And so I definitely understand that. But just because a woman has slept with 4 men doesn't mean she has more value than a woman that slept with 80.
Now, science. I'm gonna let you do the science thing on that. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, if once again, if we want to look at statistics when it comes to these type of things, like a woman that has had over 10, over 4, it jumps up 20%. Over 11, it jumps up like 20 more %. But it's unsatisfaction in marriage. So you can sit here and think that
on her end or his?
On her end, and it is for him too. I'm not going to sit here and say that the statistic doesn't do it to guys. Also, guys also their body count is bad. But the thing is, y'all release more oxytocin when y'all have an orgasm. So when y'all release more oxytocin than the guy does, you're more likely to get attached. And pair bonding, it's just everybody wants each of us to not be sleeping around so we can better pair bond. It's just better for both of us. Like it's not.
I agree with that.
I don't think that it's what now, but at the same time, I know that experience makes a guy better. I know that a guy who can get 100 girls is more likely to get more girls because he's doing something right or something. There's something. So y'all could say y'all don't like guys that are experienced in the bedroom, but I mean, they keep getting chosen like crazy.
Let me give you an example.
Would you say that for women?
Yeah.
You don't like women that are experienced in the bedroom, or you?
No, not at all. I would not want a woman that's experienced in the bedroom. No, I don't.
Okay, let me give you an example. How many of you guys have been riding down the road in your car and a song came on and it reminded you of an ex that you had sex with, or anything that triggered it, right? You could see something, be like, "Oh, I remember me and him came to the mall."
Oh yeah,
right.
Like,
or I remember when I remember when that song came on. He was beating that person up, right? So my thing is that those are the bonding experiences that you have, and this is what I try to teach the young ladies. You have a pie. Just think of a circle of a pie, and you cut all the slices. There's 8 slices in the pie, and each one of those pies represent a person you slept with. Each one of them. So we'll say James, John, Adam, Ray, Pookie, Tum Tum. All of them had sex with you, and then all of a sudden one day you decide, I want to get married and I want a husband. That entire pie was meant for your husband, but now your husband is marrying you, and there's only one slice left for the man that truly deserves you.
Right.
You've given the pie out to people that didn't even deserve it.
Right.
And then not only gave it out, but you gave it out for free. It had no value because you gave it out for free. And now the man that values you and loves you and wants to be with you and have children with you, he's only worth one slice of pie. See, we have to start looking at the value of the people that we want to attract. We can't give the whole pie away and just give one slice to the person that we want, right? And women aren't.
Say one slice. What is that slice consist of? Like, maybe that's why I'm not
right.
Understanding
What I'm saying is like bonding. Like every time you have sex with a man, you bond. So in the Bible, it teaches soul ties, right? Mm-hmm. So a soul tie is every time you have sex with a person, you take on some of that person's characteristics. Just mm-hmm. like in surgery, if I had a heart surgery and I took the heart of a murderer, or a heart of somebody else, before the surgery, I love bananas, but after the surgery, I can't stand them, right? Because I took on the characteristics mm-hmm. of that person. That's scientifically proven that some people that have had organ transplants take on the taste.
Yeah.
And the mindsets of the people that got the donor of that. But anyway, so that's what happened. A woman bonds with a man. Men can right now. I can go outside and fuck a girl on that corner and get in my truck and not think about her tomorrow. Women will always attach, because it's your nature. You will always attach yourself and bond with the person that was inside of you. Yeah. And so now you're taking on the characteristics of Tyrone. He has sex with you. Now you're moving on to Jonathan, yeah. And now you moved on to David, and then now you moved on to this. Now you get more and more desensitized as you go, and then by the time you get to your husband, he didn't hit you from the back, put you up against the wall. You've experienced everything with everybody else, and there's nothing sacred for your man. There's nothing, because in your head, I've done all this before, and not only did I do it, but Derek fucked me harder. This husband I'm with right now ain't doing it. Then some women that were used to that will go cheat on their husbands to get that same feeling again. They want that same high. That's like when you smoke weed. I'm not saying that I smoke. But when you smoke weed, you get that first high, you're always chasing that first high.
Right.
So if you have so many men, you'll always be chasing that good dick. And then your husband may not provide that. So most women be like, shit, I'll go get some on my lunch break at work. Cause Daryl, girl, I heard he could sling that motherfucker.
Wait. Can I ask all the ladies here a question based off of that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do it real quick though. Is it a quick question?
We really got to wrap up the show. Really quick
okay.
Question. Okay, y'all. I heard the other day somebody say that if you're in love with a man, even if his penis is small, it's bigger. Would y'all agree with that?
You real quick.
What you mean?
Oh my God.
If you're in love with the guy, his dick seems bigger to you because you're so in love with him, even if it's a small one.
Yes, I just had a relationship with it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh.
What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Me too.
Wow.
I
never heard that. Yeah,
I never heard
and
that.
I ain't never cheated either.
Yeah,
me either.
I've never heard that before.
I never heard that shit.
But it's out of respect though.
I just learned something.
Cheating's a character flaw. I don't have that. So.
Yeah.
For you, you're lesbian, so I don't know if this would be as relevant. But what's something that bothers you about the dating marketplace? Maybe not with men, but just dating in general.
I would say just trying to find a genuine connection. And really this hookup culture that we have right now, like it's really crazy. Like it's very hard. Like I'm confident in what I bring to the table, very confident. But it's hard to find someone who's on my level. And that's just pretty much, I don't know. Everyone just wants to hook up.
When you say on your level, what does that mean? What does that look like, sweetheart?
I have, a good job. I know what I want. I know my flaws. I know exactly what I want in a person, and I know exactly how I want to treat them and how I would like to be treated. And I'm looking for something serious where we can build something. But I feel like a lot of people they just want to like mess around first. They don't really want to build a genuine connection first. They just want to go straight to just.
Yeah, you got to change your GPS coordinates. You got to change your GPS coordinates and to something else. You got to say, "Hey Google, navigate me to the real motherfucker." And that's when you'll start meeting the people that you want to actually be with. Because again, we can't go to the club, we can't go. You can't go to church now. They fucking twerking in the fucking altar, just bam, bam, bam. What the fuck is she twerking? So you can't. But now, just put yourself in places. I'm telling you. Have you ever been downtown to the opera? Oh, see, put yourself in those positions, man. Beautiful place. Calm, everybody's relaxed. Ain't nobody stand up in the middle of the show to my fuck this. No, you're actually in a place of peace, and you'll find people there that you can conversate with and have a great time with. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think that's why we were struggling to kind of be on the same page, because I do all of that, and I meet guys like that. I think that's maybe why I couldn't.
Yeah, you might have a biased perspective based off of really good people that you've seen and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're down to the last girl, but she's not here now, guys. So I think she's in the bathroom. So
super chats.
Yeah. Let me do those super chats really quick. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We just didn't get that many today, so I didn't want to do them. $1 from Michael Meachroke. Thank you, bro. Best mod on YouTube. $2 from JR. JD got Rudy on his knees and chest. What a loser. Oh, wow. That's pretty sad. Rudy, I'm going to roast you for that. $11 from Tomo. Thank you, bro. Tetrachromats. 12% of females on X chromosome mutation. Nothing to do with the subject. We trying to help. Stop, please. 85% of men are not losers, but you're not helping. Dude, I mean, Tomo, a lot of guys really, they just don't got the riz, bro. I would say 85% of the guys don't got the riz right now. $1 from Michael Meachroke. Thank you again, bro. $5.50 from Tomo again. Dynamite was for fireworks originally. Birth control was for married couples to plan pregnancies originally. Thank you. This has been my TED Talk. Thank you, bro.
Is that Nikola Tesla?
Yeah. $5.50 from Tomo again. Dynamite. Now we have nukes. Birth control. Now we have declining population for the first time in eons. Stop and listen. Don't shame him. Thank you, Tomo. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you for always coming, bro.
Was for.
Yeah. I don't know if she's gonna be back. I don't know if she's gonna be back on time, guys. We're just gonna probably end it out because we're running a little late. I know some of these ladies got other stuff they gotta go do. But yeah, thank y'all all so much for coming, ladies. Like this was a really bomb ass show. Dude, please do a shout out really quick for your channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, listen, hey, Black Men Unfiltered Network. Go and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You see it right there. IG, YouTube, come over, man. We got a show on every day. I run an entire network, so I'm on Tuesdays and Fridays when we do talk Talk That Talk. Tuesday, 5 men, 5 women. I might invite some of these women to come on. And then on Friday, we have Barbershop Talk, which is going on right now without me being there. So they're running it tonight without me. But then on Wednesday and Thursday, we have shows. So we have a lot going on. I do have a doctor on my channel as well, Dr. Nakumbe, and also Life Coach K, that on Thursdays, they take questions. People who have traumatic experiences, people who have been through grape and all this other stuff. You can call in, you can message in, and they'll answer any question that you may have on Thursday. So y'all tune in, check out Black Men Unfiltered Network.
Awesome, bro. Thank you for coming, man. You're by far, like, I think YouTube loves you the most on my, as far as the algorithm goes, YouTube loves you the most, bro. Thank you for always coming, man. Thank y'all ladies for coming. I really appreciate it. If y'all would ever like to come back, I'm always going to send out messages for girls to come back. I always want girls to come back. If you're single and you want to come do the speed dating show, we do that every Wednesday. So that's like only 2 girls, and guys get to call in and speed date y'all. It's really fun if you're a single girl and you want to do something like that. Yeah. So I will definitely be back in contact with y'all. There's a lot more stuff I would like to talk to y'all about, and we didn't even get through probably half of it today. So yeah, thank y'all for coming back too. I really appreciate y'all, man. Yes, and we will see y'all on what's today? Fucking Friday. Yeah, I will see y'all on Monday, guys. So peace out.
What? Toodaloo, motherfucker.